G'day mates, we are the Outset. I'm Haikal.
Wagwan, Maddie.
Sup guys, I'm Ish.
And for people watching this on YouTube, you will realize that Meat is not here.
Substitute, right? Another substitute, bro.
The podcast money is too good. Our friend Meat is still in
Travelling?
Austria, is it?
He's in Prague. He's going to watch the game tonight.
Prague.
Yeah, so he's
Lucky
watching
guy, yeah?
the Arsenal Champions League game. So we would like to wish him that Arsenal loses and then he has a horrible time. Plus he's alone. He said the tickets cost like $300 because he had to buy it from someone. So he said not worth, like the wife. He's not bringing the wife, right? So hopefully you'll be a lonely loser today. But Meat is not here. Do not worry. In place of Meat, we got Neat. Bro, introduce yourself, man, and the team you support.
Hi guys, my name is Nitin Nambia. I've been a Spurs fan for about 30 years of my life, unfortunately. So I understand the meaning of pain and suffering. It's great to meet you guys.
Welcome, man. Welcome to
Before
the show.
anything, I just want to congratulate you on the Europa League victory last
Thank you,
year.
bro. Thank you. It was
His mom is still having PTSD from the
I don't blame you, lah, bro. It's one of the worst games of football ever. But
It was
history will just remember that we won it, lah. So give chance, lah, bro. You've had your fair share of trophies, lah.
The game was mad boring, though. To be honest,
Horrendous, bro.
It was
one of the worst
terrible,
finals.
man.
Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, the two finals that I've witnessed, European finals, Spurs and Liverpool and Spurs and Man U, are probably the two worst finals we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So whenever you see Spurs in a final, stand by.
Don't watch the thing. So we got, as usual, we're gonna cover the Premier League action of game week 10.
Game week 10, man.
There was
Let's go.
a lot of games, but before I touch on it, firstly, I just want to say that the Premier League is a bum. For the earliest game this week, Saturday, was at 11 p.m.
Ridiculous.
Manchester United versus Forest, and then we had the Arsenal game at the same time.
Yeah.
And then the next game, the Spurs game, was at 1:30.
Yeah.
1:30, right? And then Liverpool's game was at 4 a.m. So imagine, after the game it ended at 6, right? So I showered and then straight away went to work without like any sleep at all. So that is for Singaporeans. So for Haikal, who's in Australia, the Man U game was what time, bro?
It was, I think, it was 11, right, for your time. So 1 for me. 12. Sorry, 2.
2.
It was at 2 a.m.
So the Spurs game would have been at 4:30 a.m.
Yep.
And the Liverpool game would have been 7 a.m. where you can make kopi and then watch at the same time.
Right? I watched, then I went to sleep after the game.
It's ridiculous. So for anybody who's actually, anybody who tells like Asians or Australians that you guys are not from the UK, man, you guys shouldn't be so passionate. We are more passionate than the UK people at times because we have to wake up at ridiculous hours just to watch the games and to support our teams, and also to bring you guys the weekly review, as we are Singapore's number one review show.
That's right.
Of the Premier League. If you've not followed us, do follow us on social media. Do subscribe to our YouTube page, our socials, and also the individual pages if you guys want to. Leave your comments, like the video, and if you are fans of other clubs, like today we have a Spurs fan, we are really excited to have him on board. If you guys are fans of other clubs, you guys want to be a part of the show, want to talk football, and if this is your thing, let us know. Slide into our DMs. But if you are Manchester United fans, don't come. We already have 2.
Enough lah. Manchester United enough lah.
These 2 guys, if win also 40 minutes, lose also 40 minutes. Now if we have a third Man U fan, he's going to become like an hour.
Just a whole segment, bro. Just one episode, just United.
Yes, okay. But if you are a United fan, you can come on board, but please come on board when you guys lose, so it's more fun for the rest of us. So we have a number of games to cover. The biggest game, of course, this week has to be Liverpool No,
Hey, Liverpool play this week. Huh?
Yeah,
I thought the last few weeks Liverpool never
after,
play. Why are you
after
so
like
excited today?
after like 6 weeks, they decided to telecast a Liverpool game.
I
But
see.
the biggest game happened in London this week, so it was built as the biggest game of the week. Spurs versus Chelsea. Unfortunately, Spurs lost for Nitin, so it was a 1-0 victory for Chelsea at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Let's get to
Nitin,
it, man.
you
Yes,
are
bro.
here and we need to hear from a Spurs fan. What do you make of the game, man?
So firstly, losing to Chelsea is not something we're not used to. It happens quite often.
Mm-hmm.
The most disappointing thing about the result was how we lost.
Yeah.
On my Insta story, I called everyone who played a bunch of cowards, and I stick by that. I don't know if XG is a stat that you guys are familiar with,
Oh
or
yeah.
it's
Is it
basically the expected
zero?
goals and how close you come to the
Correct.
goal, where the chance was created, gives you a higher XG. Our XG for that game was 0.05.
That is super
That means
low.
that one shot that we had a 0.05% chance of going in, basically. So that's how bad the team performed. So again, like I mentioned, losing to Chelsea is not say
Normal.
normal. It happens quite often. But we usually give it a go. It's usually high scoring games. And I don't mind losing like that. I don't mind losing when I know the players tried or they gave their all. But losing the way we did, it's just unacceptable for me.
Mm.
Having said that, it's a new manager. We are, I think, fourth in the table. Things look rosy from the outside, but if you had watched Spurs throughout this entire season, every game has been a bit of a torturous viewing. We went from Ange all-out attack to Thomas Frank, who I thought would give us a balance of both, kind of give us a pragmatic approach, but also keeping with, because Brentford were one of the highest goal scorers last year in the Premier League, right? So I was
Yeah,
hoping he would continue to have that mix between the pragmatic approach and an attacking style, but so far it's not come to fruition. I understand also we've got like 5 of our first teamers out, count Romero, Madison, Kulusevski, Udoji, Solanke. So I think any team with that amount of injuries out will struggle. Aside from maybe the Chelseas and the Arsenals this year who have a very strong
Depth.
squad depth. But it's more of how we lost, very toothless. Nobody was brave enough to break through the lines with a pass. It was just a shambolic performance. And I'm glad that the team and the managers who accepted it at the end, accepted the boost from the crowd.
So you mentioned it, right? So I saw this one stat. They said that Chelsea have now won 6 in 7 games at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, more than any other visiting team. You mentioned earlier that you posted because you were angry that it's a bunch of cowards, right? Do you think it is because of the way Thomas Frank sets up, or the players lacking the bravery to push forward?
I think at this point I've learned enough to stop blaming the manager for everything all the time.
So you're like the
I'm
Man U fans also,
a bit lah, because like end of the day, we all like United, our squad is still like 60% the same. So when these players go back to their old habits, it's not much of a surprise. Like people think about Ange Postecoglou at Spurs, then they say we always played attacking football. That's bullshit. We played attacking football for the first maybe 12 games when Ange Postecoglou was there. After that, we got our injuries, and we never saw that free-flowing style of football ever again, to be honest. So it's these same players reverting back to their old habits. I remember one game in particular last year where Postecoglou from the sidelines was screaming at them to stop. I don't know if you can use vulgarities.
Yeah, bro, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so basically she was shouting, "Stop fucking passing backwards" to each player, because it's cowardly football and these guys are used to it. So whenever the pressure is on, they try to play it safe. No one's willing to take that risky pass. It's something that Romero is very good at. Madison's very good at breaking the lines. We don't have players who can break the lines currently. And another thing that I'm disappointed in Frank with is basically every game he's starting with this Palinia and Bentancur, two
Yeah,
CDMs. I think it's very
These
It's
guys
very
are not
defensive.
going to
Yeah,
carry the ball up, right?
exactly. And I don't blame both of them because that's their style of play. So we've got other players who can be a bit more adventurous with the ball, but they're not playing. We got Sa, we got Bergwall. Um, so yeah, if anything, I'm disappointed in Frank in terms of the team selection. I understand his approach when he chooses Palinha and Bentancur. He wants them to win the 50-50s, be aggressive
Yeah.
in the pitch. But the fans want more than that. We don't want to just see serial battle winners in the midfield. We want players who can pass the ball, who can express themselves, and those two guys just can't do it at the moment.
I think it was unfortunate that Bergwall got injured pretty early in the game, and then he had to make that sub. But I kind of agree with you with what you said. Like I think I have the same sentiments about Amorim's decision when he picks his team as well. I think we spoke about this in a few episodes before. So I kind of feel you. But I wanted to ask you not only about Thomas Frank, but I wanted to ask you like during that game when I was watching the game, um attackers were not your attackers and your midfielders were not really breaking the lines. But man, I was shocked by the performance of the defenders as well. Like Van der Ven and Jet Spence were just like I don't know they were not themselves. They were making silly mistakes, and like I don't understand. Like, do you know what's happening to the defense as well? Like, I'm like I was
Okay,
shocked.
so I can defend them a bit. These same guys have been playing every game, bro.
Correct.
So Champions League midweek, Carabao Cup, and then going into the Premier League games. It's not easy. That's my only defense for them. There's a lack of rotation options. We don't have much because Ben Davies is out, Udoji is out, Romero is out.
Romero is out.
I think that is the
So
biggest.
those four have to
problem.
play. Yeah, those four have to play.
I don't know whether you have seen this stat, right? So I just wanted to ask you. So apparently, right, Spurs have only played 4 through balls this season.
Okay.
It's true,
The
bro.
fewest-
It's really
the
true.
It's the fewest in the Premier League. By contrast, Arsenal has 38, City has 31, United has 31. The league average is 18.5. And they are at home, they only got 1 through ball. And
It's
that is
true.
ridiculous to me.
It's true.
If
So
that is-
basically, the current strategy is to pass to Kudus and pray. That's the current strategy.
Yeah. Insya
Pass to
Allah.
Kudus and then hope that the fella cut 2-3 player. Then he score.
He could do it lah.
But that's the current strategy. So if it's Odobe on the left, then it's passed to Odobe and pray. If it's Kudus on the right, it's passed to Kudus and pray. There's no sign of us having any attacking patterns. Every other of the top 10 teams I've seen, or maybe every team I've seen this season, has some form of attacking pattern where you know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
With Spurs, literally, like the game we beat Everton 3-0, it looks like a great result. We didn't watch the game, but I can tell you, Everton hammered us, bro. We scored 2 corners and how was the third goal? I can't even remember.
The Van der Ven,
Yeah.
the 2 goals, that one, right?
It was a like they call it it's a shithouse victory. So our victories have all been like that. Our home form is a super big worry. We've only won 1 game at home.
Yeah.
1 game, 1 draw, right?
Yeah, 1 game, 1
Like
draw and lost
for-
everything else. Our away form is actually what's carrying us up.
Is the first
Yeah.
in the league.
It's what holding us up in the table. lah. So if you look at Spurs, some people might say, if looking at the table, you say, hey, actually not bad, right? But if you watch us every game, it's horrible viewing. And I don't know how it's going to change because firstly, you also got to understand Frank's his first season. And then similar to Amorim last year where, we have the quick turnover between games. There's no time for any new implementations in training or to get the attackers going. So the lack of time is another big problem. So getting Champions League football, as much as it's hoorah, happy, hey, let's watch our Champions League teams. But then it actually severely affects the team, especially when we've got like 4 new attackers. So Matis Tel, Kolo Muani, Kudus, Xavi Simons,
Simons.
they're all new. So like there isn't any connection yet. Watching the games, you can tell these guys don't know each other's moves. There's so many games where I see Kudus and Odobe go down the wings and then they'll try and beat their man. But actually Xavi Simons is on the box, edge of the box, ready for a simple pass to him for him to be into space and try and create something or shoot. But they never find him. It's always a case of I think it's the tactics from Frank or what that's asking them to beat their man and cross it. But it's not working like currently, and it's very worrying because mean, our next few fixtures, we got Copenhagen today. After that, it's United, Arsenal, PSG. We
Oh
are
man, that's a tough run of
we are not
fixtures.
Yeah.
we are not ready to play those teams, and
This
I
is
think
where
that's when our season could fall apart.
those guys, the United guys, are benefiting by not going into the Champions League.
Yep.
On paper,
Because
yes. On
I
paper,
think
I agree.
if they where you just say you didn't win the Europa, right? Thomas Frank would have more time to work with his new players, and then Amorim would have lesser time to work with his squad, and then the results might be the opposite way around. But we mentioned that there's like a lack of intent when it comes to attacking, right? The one player that I expected to help with this issue was Xavi Simons. He had an absolutely bad game against
Bro,
Chelsea.
Stinker.
What have
absolute
you
stinker.
made?
Bodied.
What have you made out of
Stinker. He was a
So
Xavi
stinker.
Simons?
he started well, bro. He had the debut assist, corner. Again,
Yeah.
another corner we scored. I don't know what's happening.
Set
But
piece.
yeah,
Set piece,
that seems
must
to
be a North
be.
London thing, bro.
Yeah, lah. I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't want to be like them. Please, let's not be like them. Let's be the opposite of them. Okay, anyway, what I made of Xavi Simons is he definitely cannot play left wing in the Premier League. When we brought him on against Chelsea, I think if you watch that game, man, bro, he was so bad on the left. Gusto was having the time of his life.
Yeah,
Even when
bro.
he shifted to the center in the second half, Reece
He got
James had him
crushed.
in.
He got
Reece
crushed.
James and Caicedo had him in the pocket, man. So
Do you
he's
think it's a issue like Florian Wirtz, different league, they are not physical enough. They are players
no,
who are technically gifted.
I I think these technical players they need a bit more time to settle in. And like
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz, I'm a huge fan of Florian Wirtz. I have no doubt, bro, this guy will come good. But
Yeah,
with
but they
Xavi
need time.
Simons, he's not of the same level as Wirtz. But I've seen him do well in like international tournaments. I
International,
believe
yeah.
there was a game he played against England. He stole the ball off Rice, fired one past Pickford. So he does have that physical aspect in him. But maybe it's not something that he can carry on week in, week out. So it's something that he's got to work on. He's got to go into the gym. He's got to get stronger. By no means am I giving up on him. I still think he's a
Yeah.
35 signing. He's still so young, a lot of potential. But yeah, left wing's
But
not the position for him. We've got to find him in the center, and Frank's got to fit him in without just putting the two CDMs and Xavi. That's very lazy.
Yeah. I think
It's
things will be better when Madison and Kulusevski come in.
Kulusevski lah.
There'll be lesser burden on Xavi Simons in a way, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and more creativity.
Yeah.
But both of those guys are out with ACLs, man. So when they
It's
come
gonna
back,
be a while, man.
it's gonna take a while.
Damn.
And then most of the time, these guys never come back the same. So
Yeah, it
we've
will
got to
take
see
time.
how that goes, lah.
So
But yeah, go ahead, bro.
one of the biggest talking point from this game, right, was the clip that's been surfacing around of
Oh, yeah, I know.
Van de Ven and
Yeah.
Jet Spence blanking Thomas Frank.
Mm.
Is there something you think that's going on behind the scenes, or just a derby frustration? Because they like Jet Spence seemed like totally unhappy with Thomas Frank, right? So do
I
you think it's
think
the passion of the game, or there's something, because there are segments and sections of people that are saying that there might be something going on behind.
I think it's the passion of the game. I think that, and also at the end of the game, if you guys watched it, the boos were pretty loud. So I think it's a lot of frustration. I think yesterday Frank came out in an interview and said both players came to his office without him telling them to or asking them to, and came to apologize. Yeah, I think they maybe want to run over a cigarette. So all settled there.
Over secret.
That is why Spurs not
No,
performing.
but like,
bro.
the funny thing is, right, it's like, this Jet Spence was fucking about in the midfield.
Oh,
Lost the ball. Then after that, Van der Ven lost the ball. Like, Caicedo took it off him. Then after that, you are giving attitude to your coach.
Yeah.
And to me, like, I was like, are these guys okay or not? Bro, but at the same time, like, we always congratulate, as Thomas is a manager, right, Frank, like, we always appreciate the fact that, like, since last time for his Brentford side, he used to change his tactics all throughout. Every team he plays, he has a different tactic for them, right?
Yeah.
And the whole time before the season started, we were like singing praises lah, like, hey, wow, actually, now that he's here, there's a defensive shape for Spurs, and looking forward to him.
Fitness.
Yeah, dude. And then suddenly you realize that Actually, whatever you just said, I agree with you. I think the scar tissues of the players from the past, right? Like, it's really the scar tissue one. And I keep saying, like, this is the point I've been saying. It's not completely on the manager also. But at the same time, Thomas Frank has to sort it out, man. I think Spurs, I think you guys will not. I think you guys are not going to be patient with him. Honestly,
yeah, because
like after.
okay, from the UK fans' perspective, you got to understand Spurs have the second highest season ticket prices though. So to be paying that money and coming to watch this kind of football, right, is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Yeah. I mean, you've got to understand the fans' frustrations. I see also yesterday in the interviews, this Thomas Frank and Vicario were saying the fans should give us more support. At the same time, you have to give them something to support also. You all play the way you play against Chelsea. What is there to support? You just keep losing the ball every single time. Every set piece is a disaster. Caicedo is eating everybody up on the pitch. Like, give us something to support and the fans will be there. But until then, don't keep like blaming the fans or making the fans feel guilty for letting their emotions known. You guys got to play better football and we'll be on board. Stop just like, the fans need to do better.
It was pretty mad. Like, there was one particular situation when Bentancur, I think, received the ball and then the ball went all the way to your corner flag. And then the funny thing was he was trying to shield the ball so hard to get it out. And Van der Ven was walking and just like not even opening up to space. And I was like, if this was any player from any team, right, doing this, right, I tell you, this guy is gonna get booted out. Like, I was like, how are you gonna like do that? And then, like, I get it, you're tired or whatever, but you're talking like you're playing professionally, and then you're playing. This is the kind of standard that you're giving. That was pretty mad for me when I saw that. So yeah, I understand. Yeah,
going into the game, I think like it is completely acceptable that the Spurs fans are disappointed, right? Because going into the game, Chelsea were there for the taking. Chelsea lost against Sunderland, and then it was Spurs home game. So we thought Spurs would like take the game to them, but somehow that didn't happen. So maybe that is why, and rightly so, that the fans at the end of the day voiced out their frustration. What do you think, Nitin? What do you think Thomas Frank needs to do? Because I remember Thomas Frank's, I'm not sure if it's the first game or whatsoever, but one of the more competitive ones was against PSG, right? Even Luis Enrique came out and said that you guys deserve to win. So at that point of time, it looked like this is going to go good for Spurs, right? So from that point onwards, then to go backwards. So what do you think Thomas Frank needs or can do to get this team to perform at that level again?
I think he needs more time on the training ground now, and that won't happen, unfortunately, with the current Champions League schedule. Having said that, right, as much as I was pleased with that PSG performance, one thing to take note of is that PSG, literally after the FIFA World Cup final, they had like 3 training sessions before that Spurs game. No? So they took a long break and then they came back, had a few sessions, and then they played the Spurs game. So PSG were there for the taking. And still that Spurs team couldn't carry it across the line. We were up 2-0 with 10 minutes to go. And we still let them come back. So as much as that may have looked good from the outside, I took it with a pinch of salt because I knew the kind of preparations PSG had coming into it. We'll see a proper reflection of Spurs versus PSG when we play them in a couple of weeks, where PSG have all their players coming back from injuries. I think we're going to be so screwed then. But in terms of what Frank needs to do, I think he needs to find a way to get us starting to have some form of attacking patterns, give the fans an idea of what the kind of football you want to play. Because right now, like I mentioned, it's literally pass to Kudus and pray. Pray that he cuts 2-3 players and scores. And that's not a sustainable tactic. I think United used to be like that. So always trying to win games through moments of brilliance. One Bruno pass to Ronaldo flicks, does a header or bicycle kick or something, and then we get a goal. That's not a sustainable way of playing. So I think we need to find a way where we can start to control the game a bit more. Just a few more attacking patterns. We're not asking for too much. This is Frank's first season. I'm not hoping we finish in the top 4, nothing like that. There's no too much expectations. There's nothing in regards of expectations, but I want to see a plan in place of how how we're going to play. Like you guys mentioned just now with Brentford, we always saw them play a different way against different opponents. I don't see that with our team at the moment. I know it's still very early,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like to see that. I like to see different approaches to games and not just sit back, hope for a corner. This is not a sustainable way of moving forward, lah. So that's my hope for this team. Is
Yeah,
hopefully
but
they can
that,
start playing some better football.
by the end of the day, like you mentioned, early days, and then there are new players to bid in and all of that, right? At the moment, although like where your league position is not reflective of the way you guys have performed in each game, there is still that positive where you
Exactly.
guys
That's the
still,
positive, lah.
right, that you need to take the positives from it. So our Chelsea rep is not here because our Chelsea fan Chelsea rep is in Prague. He's an Arsenal fan, but Chelsea fans love him because of his correct predictions and he always back them to win and stuff. But for Chelsea, he's back on track after losing to Sunderland. It was just a single goal by João Pedro, shot shy João Pedro.
Yeah, I
But
kept
I
him in
think
FPL,
oh,
thankfully.
I removed him from FPL already, bro. But this João Pedro, that is why I feel like Spurs could have took something from the game because João Pedro is not an out and out striker, right? So and then there was a shot that would look like a fairly easy chance, and Vicario made a wonderful save. So I felt like they didn't have the firepower to win the derby game. Another impressive game by again Caicedo. Do you
Superb, man.
guys think that Caicedo is now the best CDM in the league?
Might be
I,
in the
I,
world,
def-
man.
I definitely think he is, yeah. Might be in the world, bro.
Might
He
be in the world, man.
absolutely
For
ate
real.
up the pitch. He destroyed us, lah. It's a one-man wrecking machine that day. And yeah, just speak a bit on Chelsea. I thought they were quite impressive. Garnacho looked a threat on the left.
His mom wouldn't
And
like that statement. He's an anti Garnacho guy. But yeah,
I'm
Enzo,
not.
you know what,
Enzo,
what 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 I think about Garnacho and Pedro Neto, right? These guys are super wasteful going forward, but they are extremely hardworking in terms of going backwards. That really helps Chelsea, especially when you think about like there's Cucurella, and then if you put a like a very energetic Garnacho, right? It's only going to work, but whether their output might not be good enough. But I thought Garnacho had a decent game because
yeah,
he might not contribute in front, because especially if you think about Kudus is the only out ball, right? He's always going to go on the right. So if you block him out with like two men, then you
that
essentially close what Spurs were going to do. Another guy that I thought had a good game was Reece James.
mhm,
Reece James, I don't know who is the medical staff that is keeping the fellow fit. I hope the guy gets sacked or something. Because
I hope
when
so.
Reece James is fit, right, he controls everything for that
That's true.
Chelsea team, right?
I
Offensively,
agree.
he's able to ping out passes, and then defensively, he's quite sound as well. So for Chelsea, I think it's a hot and cold season. I think they're gonna beat Spurs, and then they might go like 2 games later and drop points elsewhere. So if now,
I I also think
yeah,
Chelsea have I heard on commentary that they have the youngest squad in the Premier League. So I mean
I think
that's
for
true.
10 more years, right, they will always have the youngest squad
Yeah, that's
always.
what.
They just go and buy any youngster that they see out
Yeah.
there and then just sign. But okay, Nitin, in your observation, right, do you think this is the sustainable thing for Chelsea? Because before, I think during the first episode, one of the things we mentioned that Chelsea could have benefited from like a signing of like a Donnarumma, some
Experience.
experience. It looks like now they're putting together like 1 week you might see different centre back pairing. When I saw Shaloba, right, that was another thing I thought that you guys could have taken advantage.
I agree. Their whole
Right.
defense actually, I thought the two centre backs were the weak links, and we never exposed them. We
Bro,
never
it's only
even gave
your
them
team
any
that
trouble.
your team doesn't expose them when they put two weird centre backs. My team also will not expose them when they put two centre backs. But every other game they will not be as good as
Yeah,
these games.
Against Sunderland, all you'll see suddenly Sunderland can get a result. Then against the Spurs and United and all that, we can't do anything.
Robbie will hold the ball for 10 seconds. Nobody will even go and tackle him against Sunderland. But then
Strange,
comes to this game, they turn up. But I think we spoke about this, right? Enzo Maresca, I feel, knows how to set up against your traditional big six sides. Right? He always manages to get, okay, they lost against United with an early red card and then some questionable decisions, right? But they beat Liverpool. Then like I remember like a 4-4 against City like last season or something like that, right? So and then the what is going good for them is they still have the likes of Delap to come in, and then João Pedro can move back a bit, and especially Cole Palmer when Cole Palmer comes in.
Man.
Comes back, right? How long is Palmer out for? I feel like I haven't seen him in a while.
Palmer was out for 7 weeks, I think, if I'm not. I think he'll be back. Yeah, but I think he'll be back by after the international break. Should be back because it's been 3-4 weeks already, I think.
So we're gonna close this games segment with something that I'm really looking forward to, guys. Your predictions for the next game, Spurs versus Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your predictions, boys?
I'll let the United guys go first.
No lah, bro. You're the guest, bro. Come, you go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. Wow. Okay, I'll go with a 2-1 win to United.
Oh,
bro,
man,
my goodness,
bro,
same.
let
I was
me
gonna say
down,
that same thing.
Nah, serious, bro. We got the Champions League game midweek. After that, we're playing them. And then we still got all our injuries. It's the same players
I was gonna
again.
say 2-1. I was gonna say 2-1 United also.
Looking at United, how United is doing so badly defensively, but because of one player, right? I'm gonna say 2-0 lah for United, because I think
who's that
Spurs,
one player that you have your money on?
Come on, not money. What money? That he's bad? I would never have money on him. Sorry.
Oh, so you are talking about that guy? Okay, never mind.
I'm talking about that guy. But
anyway, expect United to win 2-0.
I expect United to win 2-0. I think because of Spurs not being able to attack, and like I felt that they should have brought it to Chelsea. Honestly, Kudus tried his best, but in saying that, everyone is not going to read that situation now. Like the ball going to Kudus, and then he's going to try and cut people, and then everyone's going to close him down. Yep. So you guys have a chance. I believe you guys have a chance if Dalo plays. But I still think he's still going to get closed down by all our like Shaw and everyone. So I'm going to go 2-0 United.
My take is it's going to be a Spurs 2-1 win.
Every time, never ever say anything about United. All your predictions from game week 1 has been United loss. And just for them to let you down.
Bro, when it was Liverpool versus Man U away, when a lot of people didn't have hope, what did I say? It's going to be a draw. See,
but it's never a United win. That's all I'm saying. You're not thinking. You're just hating, bro. That's what's going on.
No, the reason. Okay, here's the reason why I'm saying that. Right, Thomas Frank and his boys cannot turn up again at home with another of that performance again.
That's true.
And then, of course, there's the Copenhagen game. But at the end of the day, it's still Copenhagen. Of course, I'm not saying that Copenhagen are a bunch of bums or anything, but it's Copenhagen. So if Spurs can wrap it up early, they can make the necessary subs and try to close out the game to prepare for the United game. And you guys do not necessarily perform well against Spurs, right? Like the last time round you guys played,
it was only last season. We lost four games last season.
Right. So I feel positive about a Spurs victory. Come on, you Spurs.
I definitely hope we can pull something out of the bag, lah. But I think United, especially after the Liverpool result, they look like a different team. So
yeah, correct.
It's a scary proposition, but it's a home game for us also.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, lah, bro.
All I hope for is not a boring game, please.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
This first Chelsea game,
play football, man.
I was excited about it because it's like a derby, right? So
yeah,
I was excited by let
bad.
us down. So next Chelsea game is against Wolves. I think this is quite straightforward. It's at Stamford Bridge, I think. Oh, but wait, Wolves might have a new manager bounce.
Yeah.
But Gary O'Neill just rejected them. right?
Ten Hag,
But I
bro. You
think
know,
it's
apparently the talks are Ten Hag to become the manager.
Ten Hag.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Chelsea 5, Wolves 0. Then
Yep.
Yeah.
no, in all honesty, my prediction for the Chelsea Wolves game is 3-0. Easy game.
I'm
What do
gonna
you
Yeah,
guys
I'll
go
go
for
ahead,
it.
guys.
No, go for it.
Okay, I'll go with Chelsea Wolves. I'll go with 3-1 maybe. Wolves to score a goal, but Chelsea to
Wolves,
dominate.
Yeah.
Apart from Munetsi, I don't think anybody is capable of scoring for Wolves.
I mean, Strand Larsen, right? I
Strand
think
Larsen's decent.
he's quite decent, but I think Wolves is really suffering right now. We can talk about it later, but my prediction, I think I'm gonna go big. I think this one Chelsea has to really trash them. 4-0 for me, Chelsea.
I say 2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1. Wow, that's quite close.
Damn.
Bro, they are funny bunch lah, bro.
I think Reece James is going to score a banger. I think
they are a funny
Pedro
bunch.
Neto will score a banger.
I think this Garnacho
I think they
will score
concede,
and then he be like,
oh man,
just
anyone
to be
else?
just to be ruled offside, that piece of shit.
you see the hatred for Garnacho.
It's not hatred. It's not. Okay, I tell you something. If your player fucking wears a Villa jersey, okay, and posts while he's still your player, what would you feel?
No, but as a Liverpool fan, okay, they're okay.
Rashford. He's supporting Rashford, bro.
You lah.
Liverpool fan okay one, bro. Liverpool fan okay. They okay one.
If I
you will be okay, man.
I don't think. Okay, just say
you see what jersey he's using now. You see what jersey he's using now. He's not even using Liverpool jersey.
No, that's fine. But it's like no, bro. If he's your current player, and if he's wearing your rival's jersey, I don't think you will take.
But bro, let me. Okay, I have no reason to be supporting your players, right? But you guys hung him out to dry when Amorim said you better hope that he will find another club, blah 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 whatsoever. So he at his age is gonna be petty. At 20, we were all misbehaving, bro. How old is he? 20, 21?
I don't know.
I actually think that whole situation was pretty badly managed, lah.
Right.
He was horribly managed, lah. But at the same time, bro, like he is a petulant child.
Yeah.
Okay, and he has been creating ruckus the whole season. No, that's fair, but like, bro, you see, at the end of the day, right, there are also young players in your clubs. There are also young players in our club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do agree that we gave him the too much responsibility too soon because it was so shit as a club at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But every play was going through him. We started playing him from the age of 18, 19, 20, into formative years lah. We put a lot of pressure on this fella. That's fine, right? But then, like, your brother coming out liking posts about you dissing
not
like
playing,
the coach and all this. It doesn't look good on you, lah. I mean, I think he's a good guy, but he's just been advised very poorly by the people around him. And yeah, bro, like as I said, if he was your club and if he was doing it, he purposely do it one. It's not to show support to a friend. There's a purpose behind all these clowns and the clownery.
Like I said, there is probably an underlying reason why he behaved that way, but this is not the underlying reason. This is why I mentioned earlier, United fans, if you guys want to come on the show, don't do so, because you see, it wasn't even a United topic. These guys started to dissect Garnacho.
You talking about Garnacho, bro? I just had to tell my piece. You talk about Garnacho, I gotta give it out.
Now we will go into your game. Okay, the Forest game against Manchester United, 2-2. Quite an exciting game. I predicted Forest to win, right? As usual, I do not back Manchester United, but there was a reason. Well, there was a reason why. So it was a 2-2 game. So that means you guys are now 4 games unbeaten, but the winning run stopped. So United's strand is not going to test. I'm going to ask all of you guys an honest question. Do you guys really think it's doable? I think, right, even for my club, I don't think we look like 5 in a row. 5 in a row at the moment. Arsenal seem to be the only club that is capable of going on a 5 in a row. So I don't think he's ever going to cut his hair. But it works out for him because the publicity will continue. The publicity will continue to go on.
His career almost ended, sir.
Right.
His career almost ended.
Imagine he shaved his head, then what's there to talk about after this?
No, I think he still can go on. Like, I mean, he can still do like, I will not cut my hair till United wins the Champions League. or the Premier League or whatever, that could still work. I'm
But the
giving
gimmick
ideas,
might.
no.
But the gimmick
Why?
will
Giving ideas.
go.
But
Well,
The gimmick will die.
that means they need to find a big coffin, yeah, because I don't think you guys will.
but like touching on what you said, Matt, yeah, it's gonna be so hard right now. I think every
Right,
team
not
is
just for United, right?
yeah, it's gonna be very hard for all teams. Right now, I the only team I see doing this is Arsenal. Unfortunately,
Right.
saying this. But
So United boys, wait, I wanted to ask you guys. So what do
yeah,
you guys make of the game? Because me watching it, I thought it could have went either way. I thought like the result could have went on in favor of Forest, or the result could have, because you guys had a last minute uh, Forest cleared something last minute of the line, right? So
yeah,
what do you
Ahmad's
guys
shot,
make?
yeah.
Because throughout the entire time we keep talking about you guys are going to be fine against like Liverpool, against your Chelseas, but these are the games that we feel that you might not get over the line because it
Yeah.
might be a low block, right? So
But
the
surprisingly, it was not. It was more a mid
wasn't
block.
as haram as we
Yeah,
thought it would be.
I expected them to do. But actually, you can see the moment they went 2-1 up, right? The Haram ball started. The low block, really
Sean
proper goal block.
Dash.
The Sean Dash, bro. It was okay. So, firstly, I go first, like, I
Go
think it
first.
was a tough fixture, lah, bro. Somehow, although like they have the performance this season has not been good, but that being said, this was under a completely different manager, and the manager bounce was going to be there. First half, I feel they didn't do much. Like we scored that goal, and I thought it was going to be a comfortable victory, lah. But 5 minutes, fall asleep, concentration, hit loss, pam pam pam. I don't understand what is this Diego Dallo doing in my club, and he should never ever touch the football again. Like for example, the goal, right? You see, he's so flat-footed, and he
Yeah.
just puts his leg out once, and then he gives up. And there's one major criticism I have of, I feel that sometimes Amorim picks these players because it's his favourites, and which I would not like to see in my club. Like for example, I feel Diogo Dalot shouldn't be starting. Like honestly, he cannot even play right wing back. Then why is he playing on the left? And even like Amorim comes out and says, "Hey, look, there are position whereby he was free, but he was on a weaker foot, then he couldn't cross the ball in." Yeah, we know. Then why is he there?
You should
Right?
know also, right?
And
Like
he knows.
Amorim, you
And the
should
thing
know
is
also.
correct. Why is he there, right? But other than that, after the hit loss, as he mentioned, which I agree with him, that if it was United of last season, or in fact the last 3 years or 4 years, right, we would have completely lost the game,
Lost the
and it
game.
would have been like a massacre. That being said, we came back into the game, almost won the game, but honestly, if we had won the game, I would say it's not really deserving of the win. But I'll take it, obviously. As a fan, I'll take it. But at the same time, I don't think we deserve to lose this game also. We don't deserve to lose, but I think if we won, we're like, okay, whatever. But the draw, I feel, is a fair result in terms of how the game went on. And dude, this Elliot Anderson is a madman. I've not seen a midfielder like this in a while. Bro, he dominated all the plays were true. Even the first goal, he gave like a diagonal across to the right side, like Paul Scholes-esque, And like it was pinpoint perfect accuracy. And I feel both the goals could have been avoided. But at the same time, let's not take anything away from the Morgan Gibbs White, the header. It was nice. Ahmad being played there has his perks, but also the weakness. You can see
Limitations.
the ball
That's for
staying like
sure.
that.
That's for sure.
No, but
yeah.
the thing is, without him on the pitch, we would not have scored the second goal also. You know what I mean?
No,
So it's
yeah,
like a
no,
balance of it. Yeah.
But this is like defensively, the defense liability that we're talking about. Like,
Correct.
you don't have an actual proper player who actually plays this position playing there. So I mean, I don't blame Ahmad for that goal because like,
no fault.
look at him, man. Like, how is he gonna go and
No, but
challenge
even
someone?
then, although he's so small, right? If you notice, he actually wins headers.
No,
But
that's
just
true. That's true.
unfortunately, this time around, he actually bodied him into the better position to hit the ball. Unlucky, right? But at the same time, the second goal, Cunha went to block. Then some weird ass deflection. The ball goes higher and it lands behind everyone. I'm not taking anything away from Forest. I think they did very well in the second half. At the same time, bro, like for me, United 4 games, 3 wins, 1 draw. I would have taken this in a heartbeat after the first 3-4 games we had. Like if you were to tell me we would get 10 points out of possible 12, right, bro, I would have gone mad. I say, are you crazy or what? What are you talking about? There's no chance this is going to happen. But yeah, man, so I think I'm a bit disappointed at the hit loss on how we considered those goals. In 5 minutes, you completely forget. And you can see the scar tissues coming back. I don't know. I think Nitin can relate. You can see it in their faces.
PTSD.
The PTSD, the scar tissue, it just opens up. You can see it in their eyes. And us as fans, I'm pretty sure, Hiker, you're thinking, fuck, this is where we die, lah. Concede 4 more goals, lah. But then, as I said, like, the fact that, they came back, kept on attacking, it shows character on their part. And I feel progress is a slow process, right? I think we are moving towards similar directions. Similar, like,
what a saying.
Progress is a slow progress, but they ain't talking about me, But yeah, dude, I'm actually quite okay. I'm not happy. It felt like a loss to me, and that means progress. Last time a draw would be like, yeah, we managed to draw. I feel this was a progress on my end. I said, okay, at least I feel disappointed. Yeah.
Michael, what was your take on the game?
I'm gonna try my best to keep it short. But I felt it was frustrating because we already built that momentum and it was looking good. Like, yeah, we could kind of bring the game to them and stuff. We did well in the first half. I think we did super well in the first half. But in the second half, I think, after the halftime talk, I think Forest clicked, and then they brought it to us. They really didn't stop. Like, yeah, even though after they got that 2 goal, they kind of set back a little bit, but they were just going at us as much as they can. And they got that 2 goal 5 minutes right off the bat, right after halftime. I mean, to be honest, it was just frustrating for me. It felt, when the 2 goals went in, it felt hopeless again. You get what I mean? It was like, damn, like, what the hell is happening? But to be honest, after watching the game again, I blame one player, and it's just Dalo. I don't give a fuck if he was United's best player last year or whatever. This fella can't even. He's an actual right back, and yet Ahmad is playing over him. He can't even get into his first 11 in his national squad. He has never been good. He is shit, and yeah, I think he shouldn't play football anymore. He should go and, I don't know, do something else, bro. Just go and find a career in something else. Become property agent or whatever. I don't know, whatever lah. Just do something, some shit else. To be honest, I think he's lazy as fuck. How is it that you are a left back or left wing back? A defender, a attacker is attacking your side, and you're asking your defenders to go, and then you're just jogging. Like, dude, that's just mad. And then Cunha is the one running and tracking back and doing all this defensive work for you, and he's a bloody attacker. And even for the second goal, he was ball watching, bro. He was ball watching. He was there. Like, if you watch the second goal again, he was there. But he was ball watching, of course, as per usual, as always. And then he's going to just like, oh, man. Like, oh, yeah. But you are a dickhead and you are an ass. That's the reason why we always lose. People know. It's the same thing. Like, let me give you this example, right? Kudus, right? In the start of the season, he was actually wrecking people, right? But now people are understanding and they are closing him down. And that's what teams are doing now. Same thing with Dalo. People know that's the weakness there, right? You get through Dalo, right? You cross the ball. Ahmad is short, or Ahmad can't hit the ball all the time. There's going to be that liability. And that's the problem that I think, I don't know why Dalo is still playing, because we have a proper left wing back, a proper left wing back in Dorgu, and yet we are playing him. This fella looked like as if he was playing Champions League for every team in midweek. Right? He was just like, hey, bro, I got nothing to do. You want me to play, not bro? Like, like this fucker thing. What, football is Sunday League for him? Is it? Then be a Sunday League player. Do not play in the Prem. I think I've said this so many years. Yet now,
that is true.
Now people are saying, oh my God, Dalo is shit, bro. I've said this probably the moment he arrived at United. He was just a good backup, and that was it. Or now even I think back, when I said that he was a good backup, I'm going to take that back. I think he was not a good backup at all. I think he's shit. And yeah, that's it for me. So it's just Dalo's fault.
It's just equals to Dalo.
Yeah,
Shit,
I was a bit. I completely agree, Heikel, man, bro. Like, this guy is so frustrating.
You were a fan of Dalo, right?
I was not. Never. I was never a fan.
You were more merciful.
No, bro. I'm generally merciful to my players. Generally speaking, unless they wear Aston Villa jersey or this kind of thing that I cannot. But I am I do my best to be patient. But then, bro, this guy is he making me a
Testing
patient
your
like in the
patience.
hospital, bro. Not the patience in him is making me a patient in the hospital because he is just that bad, eh? And it's not even like a redemption story of Harry Maguire or this kind of thing. We wait, fuck that, bro. I've seen enough of this guy. Maguire was actually good before he joined us, And the redemption arc kind of makes sense, but this guy is just a nonsense. But I've only got one little criticism of Emery. I don't know whether you guys agree with it, lah. The non-United boys. I thought that why are you not substituting players in? The whole game, we only had 2 substitutions, right? We took off Majraoui. We took off Yoro for Majraoui and then Dalo obviously for Doku. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, so Sesko didn't have a very good game. Understandable, he's a new guy in the new league, and he had scored 2, assist 1, then this game he blanked, and that's fine. Why are you not giving chance to like Joshua Zirkzee? Hungry players. These guys are hungry. Diego, what's his name? Our midfielder, Kobe, right?
No, Kobe
Why
Mainoo.
are we not giving chance to these guys? But okay, so this is the question I have for you. But then I also have thought of a reason why he would not. Okay, but I wanted to know your views first.
Nitin, what do you think?
Okay. So one criticism that I have of Amorim is why aren't you starting your best 11 every game? Every game he's making some form of shift. I like Lenny Yoro a lot. I think he should start every game. He should be your main go-to guy for defense. I know he's still young and all that, but he definitely looks like a proper baller. I really like the way he looks. So why isn't he starting his best 11 in every game? There's no Euro. I completely agree with you guys on Dalo. He's an absolute clown. I think this season, just based off this season alone, every game he's done a couple of dodgy, stupid things. So why does he get to start every game? I think United could do with a fixed first 11 for now. And then you bring on the Mason Mounts, you bring on I'm not a big fan of Ugarte either. I don't think he should be starting every game. I actually think your best midfield is currently your Casemiro and Bruno, but Mainu should be the third choice. It shouldn't be Ugarte who's ahead of Mainu. That's my thoughts on United at least. Why isn't Amorim starting his best 11 in every game? I think your best 11 is a pretty strong
like
team.
the last 4 games, he started this team, which apparently was the
But sometimes
best
Maguire
11.
will come in, sometimes Delete will come in.
The back line, right?
Yeah.
Only he tinkers with the backline a bit much lah. Sometimes even during games, like his first substitution is always. But the thing is, we do not know whether it's like a formation thing or like instruction or just that our players are so damn injury prone that he's instructed to do it at a certain time. I do not know, and we will never know as fans.
But it cannot be the factor, especially with the number of games you guys have at this
But you
point.
see, Harry is injured. Harry is injured now.
Oh, he is?
So Harry Maguire is injured now. So like, bro, like, I do not
don't
think
you
it's
need
a
to
matter
chop
of.
and change so much. And
I also don't agree with that lah. Yeah, I also don't
when
agree.
you guys are trying to look for a goal, right, the substitutions didn't make sense at all.
Yeah. Earlier in the season, he brought on defenders and all that, right?
He brought in He brought in 2
There
defenders.
was Mount, there was Kobe, there was
But then, right,
Joshua.
actually, I thought about it, right, a bit more, right. So I counted myself here also. I thought, okay, fuck, we were actually beating Brighton 3-0. Then we do substitutions, and then bam, next thing we know, we concede 2 goals. But at the same time, right, if you do not trust your subs, I think now the problem is, right, we have won the last 3 games, drew 1. The moment he sub, right, you see the complete fall in terms of the intensity. The subs don't have the intensity. So now, I think in his mind, he's like, okay, shit, if I were to sub now, maybe the level will drop even more.
But
why not I just keep it here?
Brighton game made sense if he thought about it and like, in the intensity, because you guys were ahead. But you
Correct.
guys are behind now. You guys need to get a goal. Bringing on like Mazraoui, I told you guys, I think just last episode, right? Mazraoui almost cost you guys a goal when he lost the ball at a very crucial position, and then the transition was on. Bring on like Mazraoui, and then this the other thing, like Dalo, like you guys keep mentioning, Heikel has always been so anti Dalo all along, right? You guys, Amorim's first signing was that left wing back,
Patrick Doku, yeah.
Patrick Dogu, and then you guys bought some South American dude, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, Diego Leon.
is that a left wing back?
Yeah. He's a
Right?
left back. Yeah.
He's a left back, but he plays for the under 21s now.
So
Also, we have Tyrell Malacia also, who just joined the first team training.
he's still alive,
2 weeks back.
fella.
Yeah, man.
But
Come from jail already, bro.
here is my issue, because like you guys talk about it, you guys say how bad Dalo is, and then you guys say he is not good enough to even start on his right wing back position, right? Then why is he starting on the left wing back position?
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
not good for his
That's
position.
that. The thing
Why
is, it's either the players are fucking garbage, like the rest of them in the training, proper garbage, or he is picking his favorite. If he's picking his favorite, right, and I hope he doesn't, I hope he's not, then that one is a bit fuck all. But if he's picking because of he thinks this is the best it can be, right? We are not there during the training sessions, right? And I would want to believe that you're not choosing them just because you're your favorite or your countryman, Portuguese. So what?
Yeah.
If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, regardless of what country you're from.
I actually think it's that. I think it's the Portuguese connection. I think he's trying to give him a
I also
proper
think so,
crack.
man.
But I mean, the proper crack has been given multiple times already, to be honest.
He fired Ten Hag. Remember that game he missed a one-on-one against West Ham?
Oh yeah,
With Ten Hag. So this fucker has a track record of sacking managers.
Yeah.
Why you trusting him for what?
I agree with Nick there. I think this has definitely got to do, because members are right, fellow countrymen, no choice, right? I have
a similar frustration, but that player at least isn't as Dalo, like Arneslot,
But
right?
at least he's scoring goals, bro.
He likes the Dutch guys. Right?
Yep.
So, but if
Who's
he's not performing,
Who's your guy, Gakpo?
Yeah, I don't feel
okay.
like he
Gakpo
deserves
says.
to play every game.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah,
amount,
fair enough.
right? So I think there is. So I wanted a neutral stand because United fans above, and then me as they term me as the United hater. Nitin, should the first goal was it a corner?
Oh wow, very hard, bro. The linesman, if he's not sure, he shouldn't give it.
Shouldn't have given.
So
given, right?
that ball from that one angle that they kept showing, it looked like it was maybe 93% out.
But it should be 100%, what, right? Then shouldn't give
but those are small, the small margins that sometimes can decide games, right? So then comes in the question, why, with the Premier League being the richest league in the world, why isn't there a sensor that tells you? No, a sensor that tells you when the ball completely leaves the line.
Right?
Yeah.
Why isn't there a sensor for that? I mean, it's not a hard thing to fix. You don't have to go to VAR. It could just be a sensor thing like what they use. I think it's called Eagle Eye or something in tennis. It's used the same kind of format, and you would never have this problem. So because it's an easy fix.
Here's the weird part of this problem. If like a foul is committed in a build-up and then the goal eventually goes in, your VAR can be brought back all the way to say, okay, it's a foul, so the goal should not stand. But when it comes to a corner, that was not a corner. If you score, then you cannot contest it. So the rules is a bit crappy, but I totally agree with you. If you're not sure, do not give it. Yeah. Just imagine if this was the last game of the season, right? And then maybe Forest needed a win, and then that is the sort of decision that goes against them. You will have like
You guys know what I'm not sure about, to be honest. How are they, like, where are they hiring all these refs, man? They are all so bad, man. Like we spoke about this since episode 1, guys. Like refs, what kind of standards that EPL like have for like refs? I can't believe like we have such bad referees. Like one decision, same situation, one decision and the other decision is so different. I just can't understand this. I think again, I felt if you're unsure, you shouldn't be given as well. I agree with you guys as a United fan. I think it's ridiculous because like you have to be consistent and you have to be fair in all your decisions, right? Yeah. And if you get one decision wrong and maybe this decision is different, it's fine. But it's like it's almost every situation is like it's just mad inconsistent right now. I think with refs and with VAR and I just don't know, man. Like I think the ref standard in the EPL
The
has really
worst
gone
part
down.
is the Spanish league guys, especially the Madrid board and the owners will say that look at the English referees. I think if they were in EPL, right, they'd be complaining every other week
Yeah,
because Mbappe doesn't get a penalty every other week.
yeah,
So so we have a
exactly.
new set piece FC in town, in the name of Manchester United. First goal corner Casemiro. Second goal
Yeah,
came, but what a goal! What a goal from Ahmad, right?
Ahmad. Yeah,
So and then yeah, so I thought the result was something that was not like totally unexpected because like I said, I thought Forest would win because of this, because there's a new manager bounce, is their home game and all that. I think, do you guys think Forest will beat the drop because they are in amongst there, right?
Yeah, I think Forest will survive lah. But I think Brentford might go down. Yeah, I don't know. I have a weird feeling Brentford might.
Brentford,
Mm.
bro, as long as they got Coyote taking the throw in, they're not gonna go down, bro. That's the cheat
yeah.
code. If they keep him fit, right, they'll be okay. So we did the United game prediction. So next game for Forest is against Leeds United. Forest is at home. So what do you guys think? I think Forest will get the W on this. I think like 2-0. 2-0.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna go
think I
1-1.
think
One all
I'm gonna go
Leeds. You
1-1.
got
Yeah,
faith in Leeds.
yeah.
I've not been impressed with Leeds, and I think Forest. If you look at it, actually, Forest just in terms of squad depth, right? They're pretty good. No?
Mm-hmm.
They should be able
That's
to
true.
juggle Europe and the league. It's I don't know if they'll do very well this season, but I do expect them to beat the top, and I do expect them to beat Leeds. So I think
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 2-0 Forest as well.
Nice.
Bro, I
Ish.
think Forest will get a cheeky 1-0, man.
1-0.
No. Sorry,
Oh.
Leeds, not Forest. I think Leeds might get
Oh,
a.
This
Leeds will get
guy.
a 1-0. Nice.
I
Really?
got a feeling.
We're gonna be so harammed out
The
that
last
they're not
time,
even.
the last time I had a cheeky feeling it was a 2-1 United versus Liverpool.
Moving on. We are gonna quickly touch on the game that was running at the same time as the United game. Was Burnley against Arsenal. Arsenal won this game 2-0. I think apart from Burnley and Arsenal fans, nobody would have tuned into this game because it ended exactly as how we predicted it to be, right? We expected Arsenal to win. We did not expect Arsenal to concede anything. So again, set piece FC,
The
the
real
real
set piece
all the
F
imitators.
strikes again.
How are they? Okay, we always talk about this. So Nitin, I want to ask you: do you have any qualms about Arsenal just being a set piece team? I mean, they are more than that for sure,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely, bro. You even see nowadays along their side they play the Arsenal way. What is that? They've
set
totally
piece,
lost
yeah.
track of the Arsenal way. Um yeah, you always associated Arsenal to the one thing you were going to get was nice attacking
Yeah,
football.
Oh
I
my
think it's a
god.
lot more structured now. They're very good at set pieces. I've got to credit them for that. But I
I
don't
don't
know,
know. I don't
man.
understand how they do it. I don't like every other team has the same
It's
opportunity, right?
a lot of it has to do with Gabriel, man. He's so good at it. Like if you saw the first goal against Burnley, how he got his leg
Yeah,
to flick the ball back across to Gyökeres is just insane, bro. The
He learned
guy,
from Maguire lah, guys.
he's a he's a he's a master of the dark arts, this Gabriel. He's a real star, though. To be honest, he's a fantastic
He
defender.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
No, but then
Arsenal's
like it's all about the delivery, man. Like the
yeah,
delivery
yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
Declan
Declan
also
Rice,
right.
yeah,
fantastic.
very
It's
good.
so cool. Really, I think set pieces are really just all about delivery. You
Mid
put it
mid
in
of
a place,
December, right? So we can
yeah.
shit on Arsenal though. Yeah,
I
you
think I
Saka
think
also
us
delivers good balls, right?
he
But
does, he does,
but
he
but
does.
Declan more than yeah.
He
You were
does.
saying something, Michael.
Arsenal's this is like their 4 wins in a row without conceding as well. So it's not only just that their set piece is good. These
Yeah, the
guys
back
just
line,
cannot
back line is solid.
concede, man. And this again is Gabriel again. Like man, like I think this Gabriel and probably Saliba as well. I mean, I personally rate, or I was rating Saliba higher than Gabriel,
Yeah,
but
correct.
it seems the other way now. It seems like Gabriel is like not only catching up, but he's like miles ahead and like
Bro, I'm telling
being
you,
even crazy.
this Arsenal defense will not be as solid if Gabriel gets an injury, right? And then
Yes.
Yeah,
your centre back partnering is Saliba and Mosquera
Mosquera.
or whoever
Mm.
they decide to start, right? Gabriel is the one that is running things for them,
But but
both back and then when it comes to set pieces.
man, in saying that, right? Like
Mm,
I was looking at their back line, right? They have
mm,
Calafiori on the left, who can play
mm.
as a centre back. They
Yeah.
have Timber on the right, who can play as a centre back, and then they have
Mm-hmm.
Hinkapi, who can play as a left
Hincapi.
back and a centre
And a
back.
centre back. Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like, okay,
Oh,
let's
Ben
say
White also,
Gabriel.
man.
Okay, yeah, Ben White
Ben White
also
also
can play
can play
centre back.
he used to play
So
centre back for Brighton.
I'm like thinking, right? Like we were talking about their squad depth, how
What
mad
did
their squad
yeah.
depth is, right? And when I just think about that, just the back line itself, right? I think they are so sorted out. Like to be honest,
Yeah,
right?
it
I was
might
saying
not
this.
necessarily work with alternate. I think
True, true,
Hincapi,
true.
played in the Carabao Cup game. I think it
Mm.
wasn't like brilliant, but it's like a Spurs situation. You have to have Van de Ven and Romero.
Yep.
You
If
have
not, it
to
doesn't
have
work.
these two
But
guys. Yeah.
in saying that, right, they have the option to test this out, right?
Mhm.
And they have the chance to do it in so many different forms of competition. Meaning,
Mhm.
right, it
Yeah.
can help them stay healthy. The players
Yeah.
can be more fit for different games. So, for example, if for example Hinkapi works for Champions League, he could
Mhm.
be starting and they could be resting Saliba, for example, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to important games, they can have their strongest
Yeah. Correct.
pairing. So it's like it's pretty mad. And I think I've said this to some of my gaming friends. I said this Arsenal is looking good, but it's theirs to lose, man. And
Mhm.
also I think I said to Nate earlier before we started the show, right? I'm like, it's theirs to lose. So it's like they have to get it over the line. I think Arsenal definitely looking good. The depth is
Yeah.
mad
That
crazy.
is true.
Trossard starting, man. Like I'm like, this guy is. I just want to ask you guys one thing about the game.
Mm.
Arsenal is looking like, apart from their performance, they're doing pretty well, but they're looking like they're getting away with some stuff. There was an incident with Trossard in the game. He kicked.
Oh
I forgot
yeah.
who.
Correct.
Shouldn't that be a red card?
I thought.
No,
I thought. Yeah. I
I
thought
think so
yes.
right?
too. But to be fair, in the Spurs game, I thought Bentancur should have been sent off also, so I can't talk too
Oh
much.
yeah.
But
That is true.
Mm,
like you guys mentioned, the refereeing in the Premier League
Atrocious, man.
it is not great, and with the help of VAR, they still get the wrong decisions. So
exactly,
it's a bit
exactly.
it's a bit when two people making the wrong decision a bit hard. Just to
Mm.
add on a bit about Arsenal, I think Julian Timber, right? He's so
Mm-hmm.
underrated, man. He's a bloody good defender. He's
Yeah.
so good going forward also. Even this colorfully also, this fella, he causes havoc. He just appears in the box out of nowhere.
Bro,
He,
that
and
guy
I mean,
and
is
they've got
they
a
got shots,
really,
right? They got shots, right?
yeah,
Both of them got shots. Wow, that's
yeah.
crazy, man.
And the centre backs, no, playing out, not say out of position, but not in their favorite positions. And
yeah,
they're
correct.
making it work somehow. Like I
Yeah.
told Heikel before the show, I think a lot to do with Arsenal defense, right, is the current confidence levels. The confidence
Mm.
levels are so high. They feel like they're not going to concede every game. Fingers
Yeah,
crossed
correct.
we get teams starting to score against
To
them and then their
score.
confidence level goes down. And hopefully some injuries, Saka injured, Gabriel injured. And then
Yeah.
we'll start seeing Arsenal shake. I have no doubt it will happen. I just hope it happens soon because if not, they're just going to keep
They're
building
running
this
away.
lead. Yeah, they're going to keep building this lead and it may be too much for the others to catch up.
Yeah, when you mentioned right, Saka, I think that is now one player that I feel like Arsenal could have an injury to and it doesn't make much of a difference. So
Mm.
I think I just spoke with the guys yesterday about, and I also asked Meet, who's an Arsenal fan, right? Like, what have you made out of Saka's performances this season? I think even Meet agreed that it's not been up to the mark because I think his contributions have been very minimal. I think like it's about time that I remove him from my FPL also. That's because how bad he is. But his contribution has been minimal. And I think that if Arsenal were not like hitting the strides that they are currently hitting, people will be looking at it more with a more magnified view. The only problem though in for Arsenal is it's a good thing because they're winning, right? But when crunch time comes, and if they need like, if they, I don't know, I feel like the set piece thing is not going to stop, because it's not just this season. But if they need something from the an attacking point of view, right, I think they're not going to get it from Saka this season.
But King Kai is back soon, I think.
King Kai,
Yeah, I'm
King
reading
Kai.
on BBC also that Gyökeres apparently picked up a hamstring injury.
Yeah,
Oh
Gyökeres
yeah,
he
so
got taken off.
that's a bummer for Mitran today, who is going to watch the game, and he's expecting now Mikel Merino to start, and he's hoping he's not like a haram ball that he's going to watch.
Damn, that's tough.
He's going to watch live. Yeah, but nothing much. Burnley. I mean, you don't expect much from Burnley anyway from this
They
game.
couldn't get it going also.
Yeah, it's
They
too
couldn't get
part
it
of the
going.
game. They couldn't get it going. We also couldn't get going towards this game because the United game
Yeah,
was
that's
on
true.
at the same time.
That's true.
So let's see. Will Arsenal concede next week? Because Arsenal's next game is away
Man
at the
City.
Stadium of Light against Sunderland.
Oh, sorry, Man City, Sunderland. Wow.
So Sunderland is doing exceptionally well.
I have faith.
Your
I
home
have
game.
faith in
Yeah,
my guy,
Ike's
Robin Roos.
second favorite team.
I think he can keep out
The set pieces.
the set pieces. I think he's been doing well. All the goals that he considered are like things that are blindsided. He cannot see or cannot.
So are you
Man, but
predicting Arsenal not to score against Sunderland at all?
can I wanna be cheeky a bit, guys. 1-0 Sunderland.
Nice, man.
Bro, that is the sort of result I want, man.
Yeah.
1-0
I'm
Sunderland.
gonna go 1-1. I'm gonna go 1-1 Sunderland.
Bro,
Nice.
that is
I think
also
yeah, I think they'll break this clean sheet bullshit.
That's how much Nitin is
Enough,
saying.
bro.
1-1. He's 1-1 is a draw,
Enough.
but he says Sunderland.
Yeah.
See, that's how much he doesn't like this.
I'm going to go with the guys because this is just like a pun. Just a pun. I hope Sunderland wins because I want Sunderland to win, and then or else Arsenal
Yeah,
just looks like they're going to steamroll everything.
Yep.
So I hope Sunderland wins this game 1-0. Ishmam?
I think Arsenal concede in this game, but no, I think they win. They win 3-1 lah. I think Arsenal wins 3-1.
Yeah, Arsenal wins 3-1.
All set piece again. All that is not the prediction also. How are they going to score?
Two
Set
set
piece.
But
piece.
Victoria, but you know the sad thing, Gyökeres, like for Arsenal fans, I think Gyökeres just like scored like hitting form. Then
he
out.
scored and then
Yeah lah.
Yeah, it's a bit
Such
tragic
is life,
lah.
bro.
Victor groceries
Don't know if it's tragic, but
I think Arsenal fans will be.
We need to have these two together on the pod lah. That's all I
no
gotta
lah,
say.
Hey, honestly, I'm not that big.
After
I'm not that big.
the
Arsenal hater
North
lah.
North after the NDL, bro, the North London
NDL.
Cup,
Wow,
NLDL.
I sure
but
kena one. This one.
We need the North Londoners to be.
We
on
need,
together.
bro. I think we can look into it lah.
We might see a 0.01 xg world record.
Bro, I think that's very possible because teams are not even getting shots on target against Arsenal. That's how
the
bad
thing.
it is. For Burnley, the next game is West Ham away. I expect West Ham to continue
Dominating.
their winning form. I believe West Ham will beat them 2-0 at home.
I'm gonna go with like a 3-1 West Ham
West
win
Ham.
again. Yeah.
I'm gonna go cheeky lah. This one. I'm a bit of a Scott Parker fan. I think
nice.
I think Burnley get a 1-0 win away.
Bro, I'm gonna go with Burnley 2-1, man.
Nice.
Wow. So we have two
West
for
Ham is
Burnley.
a nonsense team lah.
Nuno will get it right, bro, this time round. But did Scott Parker? Why do I feel like Scott Parker looks like a Spurs manager? Like
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it happens one day.
managing Spurs kind of guy. But the problem is with Scott Parker that I have, right? He's the guy that is too good for the Championship,
Yep.
not good enough for the Premier League.
Yeah, he's in
Like,
that
always
grey
that-
area.
He's that place.
It's
So
really
moving
up to
on-
him to evolve, man. But yeah, let's move on.
Moving on to the next, maybe with a better team.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe though. You
Maybe.
might never know. Yeah, that's true.
So
Agreed.
moving on, finally, after about 4 weeks of not televising Liverpool games, Liverpool's game has been
Wait, we're talking about
televised.
West Ham versus Newcastle next, right? I mean, no Liverpool. Oh God, I got Liverpool. Sorry.
Newcastle, what's that? What is this? Is it like a, a
Oh
fairy
my
tale?
God. Okay, let's go. Liverpool won 2-0, guys. 2-0, they won.
Did somebody
Damn.
predict this, right? Haikal, did you predict this to
Yeah
be
lah. I
2-0?
think. Was it me? I can't remember
Or,
lah.
or is it Ismam? Did you predict
Oh, I predicted a
Liverpool win?
loss for Liverpool. I can't remember also.
Take
I,
that,
I, I said I
suckers.
said I said Liverpool win, man.
I
Unlike
mean,
you, I'm not a United hater or like a Liverpool hater or whatever.
I'm not hater. I'm just saying it as I deem fit. So Liverpool have finally won after 4 out of 4
Much
games
needed, man. Much
losing
needed win.
and
Yeah.
6 out of 7 in all competition. You know what brought us back to winning ways? It's just
Emi
going
Martinez? Oh no.
yeah, that guy is one, and he's just going back to the familiar formation. You saw he didn't have the pressure to start Isak because Isak is not available,
Yep.
and then he dropped words. He dropped Kirkes, which was so important because of how bad that guy has been, and the pressing in this game looked much better because Soboslai was behind, and then Connor Bradley was on the right back. So it's just about reverting back to a familiar play style. Although the pressing is not going to be 100 for sure because he's not Luis Diaz. Because Gakpo, I don't believe his best trait is pressing. And then of course Ekitike presses, but not like a chaotic, say Darwin Nunes or like Jota who knows how to who presses, right? But this game was all about him just going back and say like, okay, I need to stop the rut. Even with that being said, we could have went a goal down because Morgan Rogers, I think, had a wonderful chance,
They had a few chances as well, yeah.
and then Matty Cash
Matty
with
Cash.
a deflected shot
Yep.
that Georgie had to save. So in terms of that, in terms of the result, because the 2 goals were just freak goals, right? Martinez
Given, man.
Emi Martinez just passed it to Salah. But with that being said, the level of confidence that he should be on to take it first time isn't easy because
With
you
his
might
weaker
have
foot as
doubts.
well.
You might yeah, correct, weaker foot. You might have doubts like, oh, my form's been bad. I've been putting everything away like into the top. Even before that, he had a chance where he skied it like into the stand or something, right? So I think that gave us some momentum to build on after the break. And then the second half, it was a Ryan Gravenberg goal, which was deflected, and then it
Yeah.
went in. But
It was still a great goal though. Like I think he took it
yeah,
well. I think Gravel, man,
it's more
we've seen this
pressing.
before. Yeah.
Pressing the right because they figured out that the balls were being played out by Pau Torres,
Yeah. Yep.
and then like Pau
It's
Torres was the
nonsense,
guy
like the
they
Unai setup. I don't understand how they keep
and,
doing it. It don't make
yeah.
sense.
But what pleased me the most as a Liverpool fan, apart from getting back on track and going back to winning ways, was the clean sheet. I think that is one thing that we have not
That
been
is good.
able to do at any point in this season, right? So just to have the clean sheet will give the guys a bit more confidence because it wasn't a easy game, but also this was the result of, like Nitin mentioned earlier, too many games for you to try to work things out, especially when you have too many new players. If Arne Slot did not throw the Carabao Cup the other day, we might not have won this. The only reason we won this is, apart from like defensively being solid, is he rested everybody in midweek, so that gave the extra energy. I don't think they would have been able to press as much as they pressed, especially given that Villa had no games in midweek. And then if we had the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace, that if he played his first team, we are not sure if we would have won either, right? So I thought it was a gamble that paid off. But my shout out, and I don't know, okay, I want to know from the outside perspective, but my shout out for the next Liverpool captain, right, should be Dominic Soboslai. I think that guy
Oh wow.
embodies. You know that he's going to run his socks off. Although yeah, he was wasteful. I think there was a very simple chance and he just passed it to Martinez, Emi Martinez. but I believe that he should be the next captain because we all know that Van Dijk at most 2 seasons. Robertson's our vice captains will probably be gone about thereabouts, right? Who do you guys think should be the next Liverpool captain?
Szoboszlai, man, that guy really has the heart, lah. I can see, like, you know, one thing you're gonna get from him is a 10 out of 10, like not performance, but 10 out of 10 effort
Effort,
every
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And all the best ability is availability, and he's always available now, right? Especially this
Yes,
season,
right.
like, he's been,
He's been
and he got
available
the
at the right
heart, lah.
back, right
Yeah,
back.
exactly, and like the versatility that he has, willing to play wherever you ask him to play.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the kind of player that asks the club what the club can do for him. It's more like what I can do for the club, and that's the kind of captain you guys need.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I think fully deserved. Like, I think he deserves to be the next captain without a doubt. I would have been trend live if he was here, but such is the
Bro,
situation.
don't talk about this guy like when I'm 6 hours away from watching him, hoping that he fails. Nitin, do you agree that Soboslai is the right man
I
to take over?
completely agree. I think he's a player that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's played multiple positions for you guys. Always gives, like Ismail mentioned, 10 out of 10 for effort.
Effort, yeah.
And he's also a player who has magic moments in him. He's the
Mhm.
kind of guy who can lift the crowd, can do a piece of skill. He can take
Yeah.
a shot from literally anywhere.
There was this one
Um,
ball that he gave Salah, like I didn't even expect him to do that. It's like a Trivela pass, and then it was just like so well struck. He has a technique, I think,
I
which
was
we'll see more this
honestly,
season. Yeah.
I was honestly shocked at how good he was, because before this, all we saw is the YouTube compilations. This guy can
Yeah,
shoot
correct.
from far, that kind of thing. But I mean, his work rate is something that I never expected, man. This guy
Yeah.
he's got 4 lungs. Plays almost every week. I mean, I think you'll pay 60 million for him. I think it's a bargain, man.
Yeah,
He's
correct.
an
60.
absolutely fantastic player and so useful to the team. He can play multiple positions. I think he's definitely the man to take the armband if anyone's going to take it from Van Dijk.
He reminds me of Fede, Valverde, right? You
Mm,
play him in the
mm,
center mid, and
correct.
then you need a right back. You go and push him to the right back. You know that this guy is going to be
Yep,
full of energy. Michael, do you
correct.
feel like Aston Villa got this wrong? Because I spoke to Michael, right, to Ismam, right? We had this conversation whereby everyone knows that what Liverpool were bad at in this rut was the long balls. Do you feel like Aston Villa should have done that, and would they have got some success out of this game?
I watching the match, I felt actually right. Liverpool is still not out of the mud yet,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like to be honest, when the match started and Villa were kind of on the attack and they almost got the goals and stuff, and I don't know why. I think I gotta agree with Ish on this. Like I don't know why Unai, knowing Unai, and he's very smart, right? Like he didn't capitalize on that, and I don't know what his setup was. He was so weird, like what he was doing. Oh, in saying that, they almost got the goal. They almost were leading, but it was just a weird game for Villa after
Mm.
Bro, you
with
see
Emi.
McGinn playing on the wing, do you know
You
already?
know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
long. McGinn on the
It's like
wing.
I was
It's
like,
the
what are
weirdest
you?
things, yeah.
You've been doing something that has been working, and then Liverpool has been like suffering with
Long
the long
balls.
balls and everything. I it was I was shocked. I was watching the game. And I was asking myself. I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah. Nitin, I
I
want to
was like,
pass the
yeah.
question to you because I disagreed with Ismam on a different game altogether. Uh, do you feel that he should have adopted? Okay, to me personally, I feel like not all managers want to be like just reactive. I want to go to the
Mm.
stadium and just play this way. And I think that is what is not working for Thomas Frank because he just wants to like sit back and defend, right? Sometimes you need to take the game to the other team. You imagine every other manager, and then we complain about football is getting boring, and then we expect like, oh, okay, so imagine every Liverpool game, everybody comes and parks the bus and then just boots the ball forward. So to me, I feel like I respect these managers even if they lose, playing with the idea that they have in mind. just to go toe to toe. Not every manager wants to go into the training ground after being like setting up, having the setup that we should play attacking football,
Mm.
and then go into the training pitch for this week and say, okay guys, I want you guys sit back, just pump the long
Long
balls,
ball,
pump
yeah,
the long
yeah.
balls. That's why we keep complaining that football is getting boring. Nitin, do you feel that that is a tactic that Aston Villa should have deployed? Because they themselves are not stable at this point in time. They are climbing up I think they had 5 wins, or not 5 wins, because Aston Villa's trend could have cut the hair maybe. I think it's 4 wins on the trot or something. But with that being said, they have only scored 9 goals in 10 games. So I think he's still trying to figure out. So Nitin, do you think he should have went on a defensive setup and just played the long balls over the top? You're on mute, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I
okay.
think I think you shouldn't do that. I think in general, especially managers of these so-called bigger teams like
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Newcastle, and all that, right? I think you should have a style of play. You can adjust that to exploit the team's weaknesses. But if you go all out on just trying to play that long ball system, I don't think it's going to work. And I don't think Ollie Watkins is the kind of striker
Mm-hmm.
um to
To be
thrive in a system like that. As in, he can make the runs into the channels and
if the
everything.
ball is over the top, right?
Yeah, but he's not the kind who can hold off and lay off to other players. He's not really that kind of striker.
Yeah.
He's more of
Yeah.
the off the shoulder
Exactly.
kind. So you're not playing to your strikers' strengths. You're not playing to your team strengths. But
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Rogers doesn't want to play that kind of football. He's happy to take the ball and drive from midfield. So
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
I
can't
don't think they should.
completely cut out
Yeah,
Morgan Rogers if that's the football you
if you
play. And
skip
then
if you skip the midfield, you completely cut off all of them, and then you end up having to defend the whole game against a Liverpool team who's
at
they've got
home,
quality
yeah.
everywhere, especially in the first 11. So I'm I think it's okay to adjust the tactics a bit to kind of exploit
Mm.
Liverpool. Maybe you sit back a bit deeper,
Mm-hmm.
but when you do get the ball, it's important to use it well against teams like Liverpool. That's how you can really
Cannot
cause
waste.
problems. That's how
Yeah.
United caused them problems.
Yeah,
Even the
correct.
Frankfurt goal against that one goal they scored is when
Yeah.
they broke Liverpool's press with quick passing and then they got through. That's the best way to go about beating teams like Liverpool. So I think, especially in terms of the so-called bigger teams in the league, they should have the quality to play through Liverpool. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to sit back. It's okay to sit back and hit them on the counter. That's fine, but don't go too
Adjust.
anti-football, lah.
Adjust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
adjust a
Yeah.
bit
Adjust.
each for
That's right.
each game,
Oh,
lah.
bro, so I totally
Don't
agree
put
with
a
Nitin. Like, bro, like, so my thing was this. So, you know, one thing Liverpool is good at is when you pass out from the back, right? They are going to press the shit out of you.
Press.
And that is their strength, you know. So, if you go to Anfield, yeah, Papaya, you must understand they are still the champions of England.
Yeah.
They are a
Yeah.
solid team, no
Yeah,
matter
bro.
what
Correct.
form they are in. Yeah, you're correct. They are still the champions of England. Okay, and you must understand when you go in and play this kind of game, you are bound to die. You confirm die.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that people have been, you know, beating Liverpool at not all long ball. I know Chelsea wasn't playing that long ball thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They adjusted. They put pen. So there were ways to win that game, I feel. And
Mm-hmm.
Villa, being in the form that they are in, could have done things differently. So that was my criticism of Unai. That being said, I'm not going to take anything away from Liverpool. I think this was one of their better games in terms of,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the last few weeks. Obviously, that's why they won, right? But even after, like, they did well, like, you know. Then Florian came in, right? Then after that, had some missed passes and all that. But that didn't matter at that point because they were already winning already. Ryan
Mm-hmm.
Gravenberch has been a big miss to the team. Can
Yeah,
see
correct.
the influence he has. Yeah, man. So like overall, I feel Unai went in. To me as a manager, like of so-called, you know, they want to be a European. They are a European
Yeah.
team now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to be that, you have to adjust. What the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we have been criticizing managers who don't adjust,
Mm-hmm.
and then, you know, when we adjust, then it cannot be like that also. So that's my
I
thing.
feel
I
like
feel like it was, yeah.
he doesn't have the players for it. This is no longer the Aston Villa that has John Carew in front that you can punt one up and then hope
yeah.
he holds the ball right. So before we end this segment of Liverpool's brilliance, right? Nitin, you said earlier that you are a fan of Florian Wirtz. How do you think it's going? How do you think it will end up this season? And what should Liverpool do with Florian Wirtz?
Okay, so my take on words is he will come good with time. I've seen enough from the games that I've watched this season where
Yeah.
he has been in some really good positions to build his
Yeah.
confidence
Correct.
and get a goal, and the teammates haven't passed him. Salah especially has been one who's been quite greedy in terms of not laying it on a plate. I think 2-3 times already I've seen
Yeah.
where the
Quite
square ball
stingy.
is there for words to for him to build his confidence, but
Especially
the,
against
the
Frankfurt, we were
yeah,
5-1 up, right? Do you think that okay, now I'm gonna, do you think it's 100 million worth
I
Florian
think so,
Wirtz?
bro. I think he is. I mean, it might be a bit early to say, but I watched the Bundesliga last season because I really loved the way Leverkusen played. So I watched a lot of Leverkusen and Alonso's team. Um, and bro, the guy is magic, bro. He can get out of tight
Yeah.
situations. He's got a fantastic eye for through ball. He can finish. It's just a matter of time before he adjusts to the leagues. I
Yeah.
genuinely believe he's such a special player. I think Germany have two of the best number 10s in the world in
Yeah,
Musiala and
Yeah.
him.
man. I
Musiala's injured.
agree, man.
I mean, it's
Yep.
so scary to think about the German team when these two guys are in full flow. And I don't know if they can play together. I don't know if they will ever be able to play together, but they have that option. But yeah, words will come good, man. And the Liverpool players need to help him, give him confidence. If there's an open goal that you can just
Just
square to
just
him,
let
give
him
it to him,
score
let him build
one.
his
Right.
confidence. Let
I
him
think the
let him
problem
feel
with what you are saying, right? Everybody feels the pressure. Like Salah doesn't want to square, but because he hasn't
he
scored,
wants his numbers, he
he
wants his
wants it.
numbers as
He
well.
wants his
Yeah.
number. But I think as a senior man, he should put it in his mind that the team will move forward without me one day. I need to help help. Uh, while I have this one question that's totally out of the Liverpool game, because you mentioned two number 10s. So I'm going to ask you this question about number 10s. So keep, bench, as in start, bench, and sell. You have Jude Bellingham, you have Musiala, and you have Florian Wirtz.
Wow.
So who would you keep, who would you bench, and who would you sell?
For me, Musiala is the best. I'll keep Musiala. Um, what tough lah, bro.
On the
But I,
spot, bro.
for what he's done in big games, I have to. Oh, tough lah, bro. Really, I love words, but
Yeah, Jude.
I'll sell words and I'll bench shoot. Yeah, but
Mm,
this is an extremely tough question, and I'm talking about form right now. So putting it into
yeah,
perspective, Musiala's injured, so that's out of the window. But I mean,
in
Musiala is
general.
just
Yeah.
is just next level lah. And you
Ismail,
can add
you,
maybe
yeah.
someone like Pedri to the list also, bro. He's
I
another
feel like
incredible
Pedri is
player.
not like
But
a
it's more of
10,
an eight lah, more of
8,
an
8,
eight.
right?
Yeah.
Ismail, you keep, bench, and sell. As in start, bench,
I
sell.
I start Jude.
Mm-hmm.
I bench Musiala. I sell Woods.
Oh, everybody's selling words. Michael, you?
I'm also a fan of words, Nitin. I think earlier this season I told Mehdi, the pressure is definitely going to be there because
It's a price
that was
tag.
the
It's just a
Price
amount.
tag
price tag.
heavy lah,
That was
heavy.
the amount, and he's not living up to it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he is not the same man I saw a watch for last season
Yeah,
when he was playing
Leverkusen.
for Leverkusen. And it's tough because Jude now is thriving.
Mm-hmm.
Musiala was thriving, but Musiala hasn't really actually
Is he injured?
gotten
He's been injured.
he's injured, but he
Yeah.
hasn't gotten like chances out of the Bundesliga. So we might never
Mm-hmm.
know. We might never know, but potentially I am a Musiala fan as well. I would start Musiala, bench Jude, and I would sell
Sell,
Woods.
sell
Yeah.
words. So everybody
If
was
Mehdi,
sold.
you
150
Mehdi?
million, I'm gonna get 150 million for Words, bro. Of course, I'm gonna sell him.
I I I'm a Jude fan. I think like Jude.
Nice.
I'll start Jude.
Mm.
I'll keep words. I'll sell Musiala. Not that there's any shade to Musiala or
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
anything.
No, I mean,
It's because I feel like words took took a chance. He could have done the easy move and went to Bayern. Whether
Yeah, that's
Bayern would
true.
have paid or not. And I'm in complete agreement with you, Nitin. Like I've seen enough of words to be comfortable that I feel he'll thrive. I'm more concerned about Alexander Isak, but that's a whole different topic. I know words will come good, and especially when he is the main man. When Salah moves on, and then there might be a right winger that will look for words, or the other way around, right? Salah now is of course focused on his numbers and all that. That's for another day. But yeah, I've seen
Bro,
enough of
Matt, I
Foden.
actually
Yeah.
feel like I need to say this. Like, I think
Well, I
it
thought you
was
want
the
to go to
best
the
game.
toilet.
No, it was the best game McAllister has played for you guys this season.
Yeah, McAllister has been so
Bro, he's been
underwhelming.
underwhelming. I think this game was a resurgence of the McAllister that we know, right? That energetic number 8, like a box to
Yeah.
box guy. And
My
I
my
feel
worry
like,
for McAllister, right, bro? Sorry to cut you off, right? I'm afraid he'll leave next season because he's now being second. Sort of, there's so much emphasis on words. Gravenberg is going to play,
yeah,
and then Soboslai is going to play, and then you have to bait in words, right? And who is the one that gives up his position? McAllister. I
but it's a
feel like
pity
he'll
lah
leave.
because that guy is a solid. Like, to me, is like one of the
I
best center mids
I
in
love McAllister,
Premier
but
League.
my problem is McAllister cannot be fit, like especially when he goes to like a South American game, like
Yeah, comes
whatever
back
cup
injured all the
competition,
time.
right? He comes
Yeah,
back and then he's like not fit enough
But
because
he
he
drinks so much
he's
mate, man. I don't understand why he's not fit.
he should ask for Darwin Nunes Mate because that guy had a lot of energy. This guy doesn't
Yeah,
have any.
bro.
It's
but
But
I
quite
feel
this
like he had his best game in the Liverpool shirt this season.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
that
it
game
shows,
was.
like you see the midfield really dominated them, and I feel like Liverpool's midfield on paper is actually the one of the
It's good
strongest, if
because
not
it
the strongest.
goes back to last season
Correct.
one, right? So if they
Yeah,
can bait words in, and I think it'll look good. So
but
Liverpool's
sorry,
next game is against Manchester City away. What do you guys think of that? I generally think that our winning streak of one game is going to end. So I think this will be a draw because Haaland in general, whatever form that he is in, doesn't score against us.
Whoa.
Van Dijk knows how to play against Haaland. Of course, being said, Van Dijk isn't in his best season at the moment. I think it'll be a 1-1 game, which I don't think Haaland will score. Somebody else will score.
Whoa. Ooh.
And also, we have
That's
to take into consideration
interesting.
that Liverpool plays Real Madrid in a couple of hours. So that's a tough game,
This
and then another tough game.
I'm gonna take this before the boys give your
Yeah, go
predictions.
ahead, man.
I took off Haaland as my captain this week,
He
and that was
scored
a
two.
mistake. That was the biggest
Bro,
mistake that
nobody
I
does
did.
that, yeah, no.
I mean, it was just something that I thought, just be cheeky a bit, be
Yeah.
different. But then, looking at him play,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I'm gonna say 2-0 to Man City,
City.
bro. I
Yeah,
think Haaland is
that's
gonna
a
go
fair
for the
shout.
brace again. This guy, the way he picks his finish, man, we will
Yeah.
talk about it later. But yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, it's
2-0 for
Mama
me.
Dashvili some more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Sorry guys, okay, go for it.
Nitin and Ishmael, what's your prediction on the City Liverpool game at Etihad?
I I'm actually surprised at how City are playing this season. It's a lot more counter attacking,
Yeah.
a lot more on the break kind of football, man.
Transition.
So that could be good or bad news on depending on the lineup Liverpool plays as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I think it'll be a draw and a 2-2 lah. I think it'll be a 2-2. If anyone wins the game, I think it might be Liverpool. But I'm going with 2-2,
Mm.
2-2 lah, 2-2.
Ishmael, your take on the game?
I think going to be an end to end. I think it's going to be a City 3-2.
Wow,
Oof.
3-2, bro. That means we have at
Nice.
least 2 goals, not so bad.
Yeah.
For Aston Villa, the next game is Bournemouth. So that's a tough one. Aston Villa at home. I think Bournemouth will take this game. Villa also have Champions League duties, right? Not Champions League, Europa duties or something, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I think Bournemouth will win that game like uh 2-0 or something.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Bournemouth.
Going to be a 1-1 draw for me.
I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth.
Nice.
So that's a fair one. So when touching on Bournemouth, This will be the last big game that we cover for this week is Man City versus Bournemouth 2-1. So this is the game that I was alluding to earlier when I had a conversation with Ismam. Ismam felt that if Bournemouth did went on a more pragmatic approach, they could have gotten something out of this game. But I feel that Iraola is the manager that wouldn't want to do that. He's going to go
Sorry,
hit
Matt. Scoreline is 3-1. Sorry, not
3-1,
2-1.
right?
Yep.
Is that he's going to go head to head against any team that comes to
Yep.
play against his side. So we'll talk about that later. Haaland again 2 goals, but this time round is Ryan Shirky assisting him
Both
twice.
assists. Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
Do you guys think this will be a partnership to be feared, or it's just like a one game thing?
Hey, I think for sure, yeah. Like, if you guys, let me kick this off. Like, I think looking at Turkey play, right? Like,
Mm.
this is how he should be, right? And like, if he can link up with Haaland, if they can really click like how they did in this game,
Yeah,
man, that's all it takes. Because all the other guys, all they have to do is just feed them the ball, and then they can do their thing. Like, Haaland finishing off all the chances that he gets, right?
it's
It's
annoying.
truly amazing, man. It's just mad annoying, but also like that's how a striker should be, and that's he's actually like embodying like that. He's putting that on himself and like making sure that he makes all the right decisions. And Turkey, with his like skills and the passes that he made during this match, I think this partnership could be very, very troublesome to deal with, and this partnership could change the tide of the game just like that. So
Yeah, correct. Because
it's
before the
pretty
signing, it
crazy.
was people's thinking of it was, is Ryan Shirky a Pep Guardiola player? People were
Mm.
worried that Pep, because he's like a
Exactly.
your maverick kind of player, right?
Yeah.
So people are wondering if
And
the early signs are good.
and we got to
The,
remember, Turkey is a 30 million signing,
yeah, correct.
guys.
So there's lesser
He
pressure on that.
it's pretty crazy, Like, I think I think it will go well from that game itself. I think it will let's say there's no injuries for either of them. I think they're going to click and they're going to do
Mhm.
well.
For
What do you guys think?
this is what Nitin was talking about earlier. Man City look like a different side because of them playing on the counter and more transitional football, right?
Mm,
I think one
mm,
of the episodes I told the guys, I believe Pep Linders is the reason for this
Yeah.
because Liverpool were good in transitions. Liverpool could hit you on the counter with just like a quick pass over the top, and then there's a Salah, and then now imagine their top ball is Haaland, who is a beast, right? So I think that is something that is coming out of Pep Linder's playbook that happens when Bournemouth equalized, so it was 1-0 to City.
1-1.
Then was 1-1 Tyler Adams scored. I thought that Bournemouth might do something, but as long as they kept Semenyo fairly quiet, I thought Matthias Nunes had a good game at right back, and that guy is one of the guys that you might look at and like, oh, he's not your traditional right back, so can Semenyo get the better of him? He didn't. So I think when that happened, you can put a stop to it. But like Bournemouth had good chances as well, right? which
Yep.
which I felt that they couldn't. But overall, I felt that this Man City victory was good for the league because if Bournemouth had taken something off City, Arsenal go more clear. But here's what I feel. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I feel like Pep Guardiola knows something at the back of his head. He's like blowing kisses. He's like kissing the fourth official on the sides. After the game, it's like Pep is not the sort of guy that if you tell him he's going to be runner up, he's going to be happy, right? But Pep
Mm,
looks
mm.
so confident. He looks so happy. After the game, he's going to Haaland and asking Haaland to celebrate with the fans and all that. Nitin, we have covered this extensively a number of times. Do you think Man City will be there at the end of the season in the title picture?
Absolutely, man. Just look at their bench for the Bournemouth game. They had Reinders, Stones, Ake, Marmoush, Rodri,
Marmoush.
Enuri, Savinho, and Rico Luis. Bro,
Mm.
they've got the
That's
squad.
stacked.
They are absolutely stacked. They will definitely be in the running. And as you always see with Pep teams, it's normally after Christmas period where they go on runs where
More runs.
they usually just kill teams with the quality. And like we were talking about earlier, there are difference in style also. Bournemouth style of play did not help them at all in this match.
Yeah.
Senesi, I think once or twice he was caught because he didn't
Oh,
know whether
Yeah.
to come towards.
Yeah.
They basically played with the two tens behind Haaland with Foden
Yeah.
and Cherki. So
Mhm.
the defenders had problems thinking about when to come, and then when they move forward, Haaland would run in behind.
Yeah.
I mean, all respect to Iraola, but that's not how you get a result at City.
at City.
And I respect him for how he played. Like they played the same way against Spurs at White Hart Lane and they totally dominated us. But you've
Mhm.
got a different kettle of fish with City, and with the quality of Haaland, the pace, especially once he gets in behind, you're not catching him.
Yeah, you can't
Mhm.
underestimate him, man.
My
Yeah,
worry
the
for City's title bid, right? Because frankly speaking, I've said before, I don't think Liverpool will be in the title picture come end season. So I'm hoping
don't
City.
bluff lah you.
My no, bro. When we go to City and then it's like we might not win and then we are going to fall further back, right? My worry for City is if Haaland gets injured, there's nobody because the bulk of their goals is coming from Haaland, correct? So when Haaland gets injured, how are they going to cope with it? I think
I
it'll be
think
very difficult.
Mamush,
Mamush can carry lah, bro.
yeah,
No
can
lah,
carry,
can,
bro.
Very
he's good
capable.
lah.
They can do
But
it, lah. They can do it. And but speaking about the Turkey and Haaland thing also earlier, it was great today in that game, especially because of
Yeah.
Bournemouth's high line. They've struggled against low blocks. They've always struggled
Mhm.
against low blocks. So it'll be interesting to see how that connection works when teams sit back and defend.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That's what I was telling Matt also. Like,
yeah,
you don't come
that's
to
problem.
City and
Play the
do
high
this
line like
setup
that.
is stupid. You are doing two things which is unforgivable when you highlight and offside trap. Bro, these two
Mhm.
things are the complete disaster. And as much as I like Irola as a manager, I really, really very highly. But
My boy,
certain games you have to
don't
set up.
disrespect my boy.
But some certain games you have to set up that way. And like, Matt was saying, like, like the style of play is nice. But then to me as a fan, I'd rather get a victory at fucking City ground than like congratulations, you played well. Like that's me lah. I mean,
But that's
as I
how
said
where
different
I
people.
see Bournemouth at. Okay, after the game, right? You all say they have to accept the way that we play, and there are risks. There are risks. He said
Yeah.
he said that you cannot stop Haaland from scoring. If on another day, if you take out Erling Haaland out of that City squad, right, he can play the same game and win there. So
He's
this is the
also
manager
fearless,
that
lah. I think he's also
yeah,
fearless, right?
maybe because it's Bournemouth, right? Lower risk in a way, so you can play what
The
you
stakes are not
want.
so high lah, because
Yeah,
they
but
are
I think he'll do
outperforming.
well. Do well. Like I said before, if we ever have to sack our manager, going back to Jurgen is not the way. This is the way forward because you want a manager that plays with style. I think Bournemouth fans where they were a couple of years back, and then now when you look at what he's doing, I think they'll be
Mm.
okay with him not switching up just to go get 3 points. Okay, if you get 3 points at City, it gives you a lot of confidence, especially where they are in the league at the moment and all that. But they know that we are not going to win the league, right? But they would like to see how the team plays, and I think I respect that. I really rate that because
But
if it was going to be another game whereby, oh, I'm going to close shop and then
yeah.
try to just hit you guys. I think United did it under Eric Ten Hag or was it Amorim? And the game was a ball, man. And although you guys
Mm.
won, what do you take out of the 3 points at the end of the day? Nothing. What you just say?
Just
Oh,
bragging rights lah.
I beat Man City, but can you say that my team went head to head? And I
Toe
mean,
to toe.
people have
Yeah.
But
different.
honestly, all I remember is winning the match. It's
Yeah.
not about like as a
Yeah.
United fan, I don't really remember like I know how the game went, but then my memory of the game is we won away from home
Yeah,
at
but
But
City.
it's a
also
different game for Bournemouth though. You need to understand that if they look at their manager going head to head, they respect that. They
Yeah.
did not
yeah.
need they do not need the validation that, oh, I beat City, so here's my 3 points and congrats.
But
Right?
you guys gotta be mindful, Don't the reason why the fans and the management are so afraid of him is because he'll put on his goggles and his long coat, and then he put his
Doctor
and
Octopus.
I tell you he's
Octopus.
gonna be a menace. But true though, like I mean, he's pretty fearless, right? Like
Yeah.
having a fearless manager, right, gives you confidence. And you see, like he lost, right? I don't
Yeah.
think the fans are gonna be like,
Yeah, they're not
why the
they're not
hell
gonna
you
be.
lose? Like, they're not gonna
Yeah.
be against him. They're gonna like, damn, we actually tried, and okay, we lost, but we can try again. And it shows that with this manager, we can actually, with the right, maybe some with more better players, and we could actually get it over
This
the
is
line
what
and be
we
good.
talked about in the first game, whereby if Thomas Frank went head to head and just head on approach the game in an attacking sense, right?
Yep.
Even if like they lost to Chelsea 1-0,
I'll
the
be
fans
totally fine with it.
the fans will not be booing them. They'll be like happy that I have a manager who now wants to go and get it. But there's no right, no wrong. There's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
you're going to
exactly.
see your managers
The
that are pragmatic. Yeah, you
the
were
one
saying
thing
that.
I would worry about Iraola and his style, right, is
Mm.
currently Bournemouth play like they don't have European football.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
every game
mm, mm.
they can start the same players, they can press. I worry about this style of play once you move. If for example he moves to a Liverpool, this is
Mm.
not a sustainable way of playing. The way
Yeah.
his teams press is extreme pressing.
Mm.
And yeah, I just don't think it's sustainable when you play one game a week. When you start having the midweek Europa
Mm.
or Champions League games, right? And you don't have the squad to press
Yeah,
how you want to
exactly.
press. I think that's when the results start to deter. Or I actually think the perfect manager for Liverpool, if slot ever goes, is they should just go get Alonso, bro. This Leverkusen
Xabi
team
Alonso.
is how Liverpool want to play, and Wirtz is there waiting for him. So
But
Kirkes is also waiting for this
Iraola.
Iraola, bro.
Iraola.
Because if Kirkes comes, then he probably knows how to play like more than a 10-year-old. Ismam, you were saying something.
No. As in, like, if Xabi also comes and implements the three at the back, right, the Liverpool fans will lose it. Lah.
I think that is why
Not
we
with Van
never
Dijk lah, right?
we never got Amorim. Right? I remember that we
Yeah.
were linked to him, and then the fan base had a meltdown because like we don't want to play a back three, like
Yeah.
but let's see. I mean slot a different game altogether. Let's see how it works for slot in like 3 hours time. Just one shout out for Nico Riley from Man City. That guy's been bagging goals. I did not even
Yeah.
see him as like a left back, and then now he's like this solid left back with output as well. He
Monster,
gave
man.
like assists as well. Pep somehow finds these guys like in the mix. Like
The
who's the
broccoli
other
hair boys are
Rico Luis, Rico
annoying,
Luis,
the hairstyle, all of them.
and then but so we do not have a City game to predict because we did City play Liverpool. We don't have Bournemouth game to predict because Bournemouth will play Villa, which we
Yep.
covered earlier. So other just touching a couple of notable results. Crystal Palace beat Brentford 2-0. Mateta, right, scored the header. What a
Yep.
brilliant header, man. What
Yep.
a
Classic
brilliant
number
header.
9, man. That guy reminds me of old
It was
school.
a comfortable home win for Palace lah.
So for a team that is very secure at the back like Palace, right, your Coyote throw-in is not going to work lah. And they're going to probably knock everything out of
Yep.
it. Fulham they beat Wolves 3-0. The reason why this is a notable result because Wolves sacked their manager after this
Yep.
loss, and
Yep.
we still have no idea why Wolves gave him a bigger contract when he was at the bottom of the league, and then you extended
Mad.
his contract. Like, why would you do that? Well, these are the teams that you expect Fulham to beat, but then they go to a different team and then like struggle as they always do once they concede one, and then totally
I got a shout out to my boy
Kevin.
Kevin. Started the game. I'm so
Fulham.
happy. He started the
I-
game. Oh my god. I see a very huge potential in him, guys. So hopefully he kicks off and do well. So yeah, man. Good job, man,
Another
Kevin.
game to is West Ham 3, Newcastle 1. We have upgraded, we have invested in better Newcastle. We have spent our money wisely, Newcastle. we have spent 60 million on Wisa, who we still don't see Newcastle. What have you guys invested in? You guys can't beat like West Ham. You guys are the biggest bums in. Sorry, my hate for Newcastle is bad. But
apart from Maddie's hate for Newcastle, I want to say though West Ham played superbly.
I thought when they
Paqueta had a great goal. I wanted to ask you guys this. I heard recently in the news. I don't know whether this is
Paqueta.
about Paqueta being a United target. What do you guys think that's possible, or do you guys think that's
want him lah? Gambling dog.
Bro, allegations have not been proven to be true.
Yeah, bro.
I'll take
but
a
he's a
Paqueta.
10 lah. Bro, he's the same mold. He's the same mold as Bruno. He won't be there in the midfield. We already have 10s. I don't think it's a necessity. He's a good player, but no lah. I don't think for us. Yeah, he's the player for us.
I'll take a Paqueta at Liverpool for sure.
Definitely. I honestly, my list of 10s, it was Eze at the top, but he nicely went back home.
It all worked out, bro.
Yeah, it all worked out. Not for us. So Eze was the top of the list, and then I had Paqueta, and then I had Xavi, because I wanted a Premier League proven player who could come in and hit the ground running. As you can see, Xavi wasn't there. But yeah, I think Paqueta is definitely going to move. I don't know whether it'll be in January or at the end of, or in the summer transfer window like in June.
The only way he doesn't move is if Fabrizio Romano leaks it out early, then after
that. After he let it, he kissed the badge.
I actually found it interesting, and I found it like, damn, actually, this is actually interesting. Like, I felt like,
I think if you guys have United, too much, you guys cannot invest. Man U especially, right? Cannot do too many South Americans. You guys have bad track record of South Americans at your club.
Yeah. So but I mean, but you're talking about someone who is proven in the Premier League, and you know, nowadays what you have been doing is very, very important, and being in the Premier League for a bit, I think. I mean, he's proven himself,
might work, might not work. Depends on the system. At the end of the
day, actually, yeah. That proven the Premier League thing usually works. Then you look at someone like Isak, right, and then you just go like, what happened there?
Or Kerkez, right?
Yeah, different system, funny, right? Just different systems.
Isak, I can say he didn't have like a preseason, and he has a bad injury record, right? Kerkez is the one that baffles me. I cannot understand for the life of me how what I perceive as Robo 2.0.
Yeah, I thought perfect. I thought perfect guy as well to compete with Robo.
One last notable result was Sunderland got a draw against Everton, 1-1. Granit Xhaka scored an equalizer, and Sunderland looking good, man. Like you 10 games in, you're so sure that they're gonna beat the drop. At this point of time, if you go, you can say they're like a fair shot for a Conference League kind of position because they've invested well.
I said last episode, right? You were talking about you writing Liverpool off as champions for this season, and I said Sunderland could be champions, right? I mean, it's like they're pretty crazy. Bournemouth, Sunderland, they're doing very good, man.
I think we are very far. Although it's a different competition, I think we are very far from Leicester winning the league now more than ever because everybody is so much stronger. Not taking any credit away from Leicester and what they did, but that period of Liverpool team, that period of Arsenal team is not
United,
what they
Chelsea,
are now, right?
Everybody.
Yeah. So I think we are just miles away.
It says a lot that Spurs were the team competing for the title that year. It just says a lot. Says everything about the others, to be honest.
That season was perfect for you guys.
But this Sunderland Everton game got a shout out to Philemon Ndiaye, right?
I had him in FPL.
Crazy. He beat 3-4 players, Sunderland players, and then finished. That was this guy, right? Low sock boys again. Crazy, this guy.
I bought him over. I played him over Kudus this week.
Nice,
good choice.
He's like 1-2 season left at Everton kind of player, especially if he continues and in this upward trajectory. Because I saw some clips of him as a young chap. Even then, he was like balling with all the skills. So
Mad
player
lah.
like that, if you think about player like that at Everton, not forever. So that about wraps up the big games that we
Let's
wanted to touch on.
go.
So we always end before the FPL segment. We have this player of the week for you guys and your goals of the week, team of the week, and Ballon d'Or. So who is your player of the week for this game week 10?
Nitin.
I will go ahead and say that it's Moses Caicedo lah for me. Because he absolutely dominated. I think he's proving every week that he's one of the, if not the best central defensive midfielder in the world. Just thoroughly impressed, even from as a rival team fan. Just so impressed with how he played. Not just the ball winning ability, what he does after that with the ball as well.
Yeah.
The guy can tackle, he can pass, he can shoot. He's just a unreal player for me.
Nice.
Moses Caicedo.
Boys,
I was gonna say Moses, but then like if it's not him, then I'll probably go with Elliot Anderson. The guy is an engine and a half, man.
that's my pick. That's my pick as well, man, for this week.
Yep.
Elliot Anderson.
I got Jorginho Rutas.
Oh, Brighton.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Brighton. He did so well. So yeah, man.
Ruto was so good in my football manager at one point of time when I had him at Leeds. And then when I went to Newcastle, I bought him the likable Newcastle lah, not like the Newcastle of these days.
You
Complete
became a Newcastle
absolute
manager.
bums. Because that's the only way they can win something, bro. If I took over. Apart from that, what they gonna win? Carabao Cup, and then after 70 years and talk as though okay, never mind, moving on.
Let's move on.
goal
Newcastle United
of-
fans, please comment.
You guys can come on. I tell you, the next time when Liverpool play Newcastle, I dare one of you guys to come on here and tell me you guys invested better. Invested better should not be the signboard only. Invested better should mean you invest better, you fools. Your goal of the week for this week. I hate this lah. Okay, I'm gonna say it lah. It's Ahmad for me. Ahmad Diallo's goal is the goal of the week.
For me too, lah, dude. Mad.
Haikal, are you of the same sentiments?
I wanted to give it to Ahmad, but then I thought Ahmad can always do this lah. He can always get this kind of goal, so I can give it to him another week lah. But I'm gonna give it to Mateta. That heading, right, guys? That heading, right, is not easy, you know. Not everyone can do, you know. Probably maybe Haaland also maybe cannot do. That heading was so pinpoint that I know is special lah. So for me, it's Mateta. Ahmad, I can give him to him another time. I know he's going to get the same goal again. So yeah, man.
Yeah, actually for me, so it's between the two, but I was going to go with Mateta as well because that's a fucking brilliant header, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Do you know that while the Alexander Isak signing saga was going on, I told these guys and even other group chats that forget about Isak, go and get Mateta.
I think even United were looking at him.
He's 28 years old, so you know that over the Palace would probably ask you like 70 million or something. You think about the ROI on it, so maybe that is why some teams were a bit more hesitant. Your team of the week this week, boys.
I hate this week's team of the week. I'm going to go first, guys. Sorry, I got to give it to Arsenal lah. Fuck, man. Like, man, Arsenal.
What? Two set pieces and you give them the team of the week.
Yeah, but they are not conceding, bro.
Yeah,
they're not conceding, bro. Like, that is ridiculous and that is just annoying for me. So, with a heavy heart and a heavy mind
and a heavy everything, heavy mouth to open to
everything
say
lah, bro. Like, I got to give it to Arsenal lah.
Your team of the week.
Mine was West Ham, man. Team of the week.
That was
nice.
Yeah, because they came from the rut last.
Yeah.
Your team of the week.
Between West Ham and Sunderland lah for me. I think I'll give it to West Ham this week lah for getting out of the rut, getting Nuno back on track. Hopefully they can go on a run. Actually, not hopefully lah. I kind of still hope they get relegated.
Their first home win since February or something, right?
West Ham. Yeah,
right, something. West Ham. Yeah.
Bad thing under like Graham Potter, and then
fair play to them lah for getting lost on Newcastle's that one. I cannot tahan Joe Linton guys. I feel every week he should get red-carded. I cannot tahan him, bro. I tell you straight up. That guy is he's trying to break. He's trying to injure people every week, man. I had enough. I hope they lose every week. So.
Him and his brother
Same, bro.
Bruno Guimaraes, both of them.
My team of the week, I'm gonna give it to Sunderland actually, but of course I'm going to give it to West Ham because they beat these absolute bums
Yeah.
in the week.
Nice.
So we West Ham Nuno, I think it'll be good. It'll be good. He just needs to have more time with the players. So our last category that we do every week is this thing called the Ballon d'Or, where we give this week's poorest performer. It can be a player, it can be a team, it can be a manager, it can be a referee, it can be a fan, anything. So who takes the cake for you guys this week?
Nitin, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go with Spurs, man, as the Ballon d'Or this week.
I understand how it feels, bro. I keep giving it to
Absolute
Liverpool.
crap performance. Cowards. I'll say it again. 0.05 XG at home in a London derby. I mean, I don't think I need to say anything else. It's cowardly performance. If they don't improve, the stadium's going to turn toxic. So
Yeah.
God bless us. Yeah, but it's definitely a stuff for me. I really couldn't. I cannot accept losing that way ever.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Mine would be the same, but I'm going to go specific. The two clowns at the back, Vanderman and Jet Spence, for airing their manager. I think that was an embarrassing thing to do after the goal was kind of technically your fault. And then you still have the audacity to do that to your manager. So to me, that is the Ballon d'Or for me.
Nice.
Michael, yours.
I gotta give it to Wolves this week.
Yeah,
I think
man.
it's not just about the manager. I think
It's dark.
it's
damn
yeah,
dark
it's
at Wolves.
it's pretty bad. I think they're really suffering deeply. I think people are not truly understanding what's happening. I think the club is really suffering. Yeah, man. Wolves for me, man.
They call themselves Wolves and then they get hunted like every single week, and they should change their team name or something.
Or also change their sponsor. Sudu just cannot. I cannot, bro. The
It's a
Sudu.
Sudu. Then
The Sudu.
you know when they wear the blue jersey, it's like doesn't even look like it's Wolves.
You know what? I cannot take it. Sorry, Mark. Before you give us your blonde ball, you know when the medics run onto the field, the Sudu bags. I cannot take it, bro. There's a lot of Sudus in there, bro. I cannot. Just man. Yeah.
My Ballon d'Or for this week is the linesman against the Man United game.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
The hate. You see, not Ish. You see,
Bro, you see, every time I want Liverpool to win, then this guy will never ever.
Bro, at 11 p.m. I'm watching like the game. Like, okay, come on, I got money on this. Like, if Man U don't score, if Man U don't score, bro. And that's how the goal went in. How do you expect me to be happy with the guys? Yeah, how am I supposed to be like, it's alright? I cannot be alright with that decision, bro. He cost me.
But I think Matt has a point though. I think in all fairness, since week one we've mentioned about officials, and I think this has got to stop. Like, I think they really have to review, all the referees and the VRs, and they got to do something, man. This is really ridiculous. I think.
And it will continue. That's the bad part. We can see that happening at a big game. It's going to continue, and then we're going to talk about this all the time. They're going to give us things to talk about all the time. So, bum these referees. And also, the other shout is to the Premier League for giving ridiculous times. You know you have a worldwide audience, and then yet you decide to give us games at like 11.
I think it was for the past 2 weeks, right, Matt? The timings.
I remember, but it wasn't as this bad because I
it
don't
wasn't.
remember.
Yeah,
Like,
I suffered for 2 weeks. Just to be honest.
You could have done like a 8 p.m. game and then a 10:30 and a 12 or
Haikal, it gets worse for us, by the way.
I know.
For United, all the games will be Monday night 2:30 Singapore time.
I know.
I remember. Okay, now I remember. There's some conspiracy going on, guys. I remember being in Australia at Heikel's house at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. or something like that. I was drinking kopi, folding laundry, and I was watching an Aston Villa versus Liverpool game in February in Australia. So it was like a weird timing whereby it was like 7 or something, and then Heikel's wife was already up, like going to work. Then this fella came down, make kopi. So it was that sort of time where we were watching this game. So
Yeah, that's
come on,
true.
man, Premier League. You want to stay as the best league in the world? Give us a better timing games, lah. Let us
Yeah, man.
enjoy it. So
Exactly.
our final thing that we go through before we end our episode is the Fantasy Premier League. We have
That's right.
a league. So the final thing that we will cover for this episode is of course FPL. If you guys are not aware of it, we have a FPL league called the Odd League. You guys are
That's right.
still free to join us on the Odd League. If you guys finish top at the end of the season, we will buy you your team's next season jersey. At the moment, it looks like we'll be buying Spurs jersey because we in, we out. Whether this league or I play another league with Murali, right? Nitin is always on the top for every week. I don't think that has changed. So let me look at the league. Oh yeah, Suicide Squad by Nitin is still at the top. Bro, how do you do it? What is the strategy that you are now like on 670 points? You are just there weekly.
The
Like
strategy is just don't listen to all these YouTuber, all these thing, all just watch the games, have a correct gut feeling and go for it. Sometimes people overthink this FPL stuff. It's actually the best way to do it is just to watch the games, have a proper feel of the players, and then you kind of know who to pick. To be honest, I haven't played FPL the last 3-4 years. I haven't really played it. So this year I made it a point for me to try and get back into things. So it's going well so far. Still a lot of shit moves that I've made, but
but you
somehow still on top.
Pretty mad, because this week you had 82 points, and that is crazy, man.
I had 80 points, bro, but still not good enough. But okay, so let's go down the table and read a few things. So I think our top three is pretty much the same from last week. Mitran is still second with 648 points, and Murali is on third with 624 points. Shout out to these guys. I'm currently seventh. Ishmam is just a point behind me, eighth. Haikal, where are you?
I had a bad week, bro. This week, I'm
bro,
on 18.
37
now.
points. Bro,
Yeah, man.
you're going to
I
finish. You are now like at 18 position. You are going to be like on the same trajectory as Manchester United last season.
I thought I was trying to try to be cheeky, try to be smart a bit. But I guess
the
I
annoying
wasn't
thing
smart
about
enough.
FPL this year, right? It's going to be so hard to overtake unless you play something so right, because everybody has Haaland as captain.
Yeah,
everybody has
so
like a Arsenal back line that gives you 6 points, 10 points every week. So in order for you to break out of this cycle, we're gonna hand it over to Jonathan this week, bro.
Who is in 11 players, not bad.
So give us your takes and share with us what can we do to improve our, especially Michael I mean the rest of us are okay.
Michael, I mean guys, you've got the literal king of our league right here in with Nitin. So I mean he's the guy that we should be consulting. Me, I'm just here to make jokes, laugh with myself, and
we need it, bro.
Share some.
I might join you there, bro.
Yeah. We're
We're
champs of the bottom. We champs of the bottom. When people go high, we go low. If they go low, we go lower.
That's right.
That's what we do. That's
Your
what we
things
do.
are what? Stocks and investment, is it? So John, what do you have to share with us this week, man?
All right. So this week on the Tilt Index.
Ooh,
there we go. So game week 10 edition. So we've got a new type of rating for the Tilt Index. All right. The new maximum tilt you can get is our good friend in the Oddset League, the Odd League, Team Gokboru. Because, I mean, your team scores 38 points, but bench gets 46. I got nothing else to say, right?
Oh man,
that is a tough week. So this is a tilt.
This guy had the same issue last week, right?
Yeah, this is the guy last week, but when I saw this guy, I was like, yeah, this guy is the max rating. Like, I would quit the game after this, frankly speaking, guys. I'm just like so done.
My God. Bro, I don't know.
When you put it into numbers, you're like, Jesus, this is bad. All right. So that's our new max rating. We'll see who hits it. Who's the next person that's gonna go up there.
Haikal lah.
Probably.
All right. So our first person to go on the jokes list is our Joel No Go, because he's really no go. He's literally the chosen fraud. All right. He's our most transferred out player this week. We've held him everyone's basically held him from the start of the season, right? Had no shots for the past what? 6 game weeks. And then suddenly 5 shots, 1 goal in game week 10. And of course he does it against is Tottenham, right?
Now you all know why Nitin is at the top, right? Nitin had him. Do you have him?
I kept him lah, bro. I had a feeling we are also Tottenham. Like, anybody needs a goal, come meet us. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Alex Morgan said it best. Led is Tottenham. I can't even be bothered to capitalize the Tottenham really. So I just went with it. So that's Joao No Go. And then of course we've got the duality of boldness. We've got our most transferred in player. Every week is the most transferred in player getting a curse. But we've got our second most transferred in player, Mateta, and he actually got, a pretty decent score for this week. So he's clearly the baldest of the bald. Mbuemo, please get balder. I think that's the only thing we can. Yeah, so that's the only advice we have for Mbuemo.
Time to get Mateta in.
Yeah. When in doubt, get the bald Frenchman, right? There's another bald Frenchman. I think he's pretty good, called Zinedine Zidane. So when in doubt, get the bald Frenchman.
You're talking about me, right?
Hey! I think if next week, if you've still got hair, right, then we've got a problem. And then now we've got Nick. What am I doing?
This one
Because
is bro.
so sad over this, man. I bought this clown
because this one.
This is the week that his mom bought this guy. In 46 minutes, they subbed him off.
Yeah, man.
Right. So I think Ish, you need to question yourself. Like, what are you doing? At least didn't captain him. That's the key part. At least didn't captain him. Some people did. Yeah.
Oh, really? Over Haaland. This must be
madness.
The senseless Newcastle fans lah. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So and now we're getting to the tips. We've got a new segment this week, right? We're shorting a bit of the review and jokes, but sometimes there's also no good jokes apart from the obvious. But now we've got a Game Week 11 stock report, and of course we've got YouTube Haaland. I didn't have to do anything else to this photo because I think it's the best thing that we could have.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And basically, guys, he's a fraud. He's got no hat tricks. Trash player. Don't captain him versus Liverpool. Don't do it. Right?
Are you doing this because you will captain him and then we will all lose out and then you will miraculously climb within the top 10 after next week? Or are you seriously thinking?
Do you see the bracket there?
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't imagine Haaland bullying Konate. It's pretty R18, but yeah, if he's been bullying defenders all season long, right? And by the way, he's at 98 total points. 98. He's basically double the points of the next forward, right?
He's a funny guy lah, bro. Like he did the robot celebration. Then his caption was, "Guys, finally, I have to let you guys know." Because everyone calls him a robot, right?
Just cyborg, right? Yeah.
He's hilarious, man. Actually, his YouTube, I rated it. I was watching it. I think last weekend, like he went around Manchester being the clown, the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
The Joker,
Dude,
right?
it's damn funny, bro.
Exactly.
This guy is really funny. If only he wasn't a city boy, lah.
I mean, just look at those hips, man. Look at those hips. Them hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
So yeah, if you imagine, what he's done to defenders all season long and what he's going to do to Konate.
Bro,
yeah, it's gonna be
a small issue lah, bro. How long have you been watching football? Now only, is it? Have you seen how Haaland doesn't score against Liverpool? Haaland never scores against Liverpool. He'll be the only guy who
It might change, bro. It might change.
It will change. Yeah, and we've got our last guy, will the real Thiago please stand up? We've got many Thiagos over the years. We finally got a striker Thiago, and basically the bet is on anyone from Brentford will do. I think Kevin Shade is also pretty good, but I mean, just look at this beautiful guy, right? He's also going bald. Beautiful spots, bruh. He's basically the evolved form of the Thiago, right? He's a peak. We see peak Thiago right now. So, you know,
I think these won't get
just
much points.
beautiful.
This Thiago is not going to get much points.
We'll see. That's where I'm rolling the dice. Full disclosure though, I don't have Thiago. I have Welbeck, which actually Nitin also brought in Welbeck. So
No, I don't have.
Me. I have Welbeck in the team. Like since the United game, because I know United Welbeck will score against United, so I brought him that week.
Damn, this Welbeck.
And
I made a mistake this week. I brought in Sesko, so useless bub. This week.
but basically for game week 11, Newcastle kept away from home. Tottenham's crap at home.
so
Either one
the
of the two would
game
work.
after that. Mm.
Yeah. And so that's the game week 11 stock report.
Wonderful analysis, man. Thank you.
So guys, if we urge you strongly to remove Haaland from your FPL this week and bring in Igor Thiago for the upcoming week, so that you guys will have a successful week of FPL and don't end up like Heikel, who got 35 points in the in the game week. We will share with you guys. Thanks, Jonathan, for your wonderful insight as always.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, John.
We appreciate the effort that you make to come up with these wonderful slides for our listeners. As we've shared before, we will share with you guys the code for our FPL league. In December, we will close. We have, I think, 29 to 30 players at the moment. So we don't want you to come in last minute and then like take over the thing and then say, where's my jersey? Because we will not entertain that. But as of now, you can still join. We will link you guys on how to join. So that wraps up game week 10 episode.
Let's go.
Please follow us, subscribe to our page, leave your comments. We love when people engage with us, especially Ismail's brother. Ismail's brother has been a staple from week 1.
Amazing.
He listens to everything.
Bro, don't worry, bro. I wasn't gonna shoot you, bro. Don't worry. Okay, we are nice.
Him last weekend.
We are nice people.
I went him last weekend. He said, "Bro, when I heard my name, I thought Heikel gonna blast me, lah, bro."
No, lah, bro. Don't worry.
He said, "When I heard my name, I thought Heikel gonna blast me."
I was just explaining myself.
To the listener that
yeah, man. Sorry, Mat. Say.
Yeah.
What you saying?
To the listener that asked us to pin your comment, we have pinned your comment. Please let us know who you are.
And you still haven't subscribed.
We appreciate you.
We can see. You still haven't subscribed.
Bro,
what
are you doing? You want me to unpin your comment, is it? So with that being said, we've come to the end of the episode. We are extremely grateful to the people who listen to us every week. Just us talking about football. If you want to be a part of the show, like I mentioned before, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to have you on board. We are extremely thankful that Nitin is with us here.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Nitin.
Thanks, Nitin.
He came
Singing
on
a song
board.
of the champions.
He came on board.
Thank you.
On a very tough week for him. So whether you guys win or lose, we are here. You guys can let it out to us. We can be your therapist, football therapist.
That's
unless
true.
you are Manchester United.
And also shout out to Jonathan.
Yep.
Shout outs to you as well. Thank you again, brother, for coming on and sharing your tilt index. I love it. Let's have more of this. But yeah, man. Any last words, guys? Jonathan, any last words?
Just from me, just thanks for having me on board. Thanks for allowing me to.
We hope to have you more, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, no worries. Yeah, anytime you guys need me, I'll be around and I'll show up. But yeah, thanks again.
Next week, when Spurs beat United, bro, we will be here, bro.
This hater,
hope so, lah.
He's just a serial hater, man. This guy.
Ish.
Hey, if that happens, I'm gonna put you right on tilt index, man. You'll be right there.
It's going to happen. Thomas Frank's engine is going to choo-choo next week.
Thomas the Frank thing.
With that being said,
At least you got to roll your casino kudus and you see whether that works or not.
Casino kudu.
Oh yeah, should I take that fella out or not? With that being said, we've come to the end of this week's episode. We will catch you on next week's episode. If you want to follow us on our socials, is @the.odd.set. You can listen to the audio version of this on Spotify with the same username. And if you are a fan of watching things, you want to see how we react, how we laugh, how hurt some of us will be when we lose, you can follow us on YouTube at theoddsettos.
That's
My
right.
name's Maddie. I'll catch you again next week.
All right, guys. I'm Haikal. Bye.
Bye, guys. I'm Ish.
Thanks, everyone.
Nitin and Jonathan.
Thanks, everyone.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
Peace.
Spurs.
Ciao.
Spurs at home ain't happening. 0xG. Let's go.